Hey everybody, what it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. It's your boy Jaguar Paw, aka JP, aka Hot Chocolate, aka Mr. 8 days a week, no sleep. And here we are with day two, the final day of the Rescue $1,200 tournament. I am here with the voice of reason, Imperium.
What is up? What is up, Jag? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you are having a dope ass day. I know I am. I know I'm excited to get into these games and find out who's going to be coming out on top of this championship.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great finals. We had a great opening day, and let's talk
Yep.
about where teams landed on the leaderboards and what they have to do if they're hoping to get themselves a chunk of that pie. What is speaking of chunks of pie? Can you break down the denominations of the prize pools for the gang here?
Yes, I can indeed. So, first place will get a chunky, big boy chunk of
Mm.
pie in $700. Second place will get $300, and third place will get $200. So, only the top three to get money. The others will have to just drown their sorrows in what could have been, but what didn't happen at the end of the day. So, there's still plenty to play for, right? Nothing is guaranteed in this tournament. There's only two things guaranteed in life. That's death and taxes.
Mm.
But in this tournament, yeah, it's still open ended right now for most of these teams.
Yes, sir. So you guys saw on the opening screen, you saw the scores there, and we're gonna talk to you about that a little bit. The game's getting ready to pop off in the actual playing path, but you want to talk about it for a little bit?
Yeah, so of course, Unique really stood out of the crowd yesterday, getting two chicken dinners with a high amount of kills on both games and just looking extremely dominant. But we can't forget about Sweet Chili Sensations. Sweet Chili Sensations were going toe to toe with them in the first two games alone. They were down to the top four teams each, and then in that second game, it did come down to those two teams. So it's still pretty close. Like Unique are on 86 points, Sweet Chili Sensations are on 61, and 1218 are on 59. They did make a huge comeback, getting a chicken dinner of their own yesterday.
Yeah, still very much so doable. One of the only other teams to get a chicken dinner besides NASR Esports, and that was huge for them. They didn't have much scores before then, and that actually bumped them up to 35 points, which is, yeah, it's substantially under Team Unique, but when it comes to that second and third place, they're only about one good game away from dislodging one of those teams.
Yeah, exactly. Now looking at this playing path, it's going pretty central. It's nice. I like it. Feels absolutely good, man. From the west to the east, so pretty much all the spots are going to be available for most of these teams. Just to kind of really touch upon NASR, right? It was great that they got a chicken dinner yesterday. Nothing to be sniffed at, right? Nothing to be missed with that. However, the fact that they only have 29 placement points and 20 of those came for that one game, I would love to see them kind of pick up the rest of the games and get good scores if they're really going to kind of stay in the fight to get into the top three.
Yeah, definitely going to need to be a little bit more consistent and not just have that
Yeah.
heavy one game that they had last match to kind of build the blocks into success. We're already seeing that South Georgia stack. That is true to these CIS teams, of course, at Crate's Pain. Joined, literally neck and neck with Kings. Are chasing Bond here. Bond is first again. Bond dropped. Bozzy's gonna fist him to end his life. Black, white, nice knock there. They absolutely chase this man. It looked like he was some cheese there, and there were some rats chasing him through the Connex shipping containers here. Bozzy on to the next. They're just hunting down the members of King here. What a wild opening there. Yeah, I mean you can't write. That's 4-4. I don't know what to say. That's
Um,
your boy.
yeah, look, at this point, I'm actually feeling sorry for him, right? I'm kind of like, can Bond actually catch a break? Please, from that point of view. And here's the thing, Kings, when they stick together and when they go as a 3 or 4 man team throughout the late game, they can do a lot of work. Right now, they are sitting on ninth place in the standings and 26 points in total. So it's definitely not out of the woods for them yet,
No, it's
but
not.
not helping themselves.
I would have liked to see better overwatching, maybe a delayed member coming down so you could correctly map out pain. You saw how they landed in their corner. They knew exactly where Kings were. A little bit surprised to see Bond overextended to their corner.
Definitely agree. Just trying to have a look at where other teams are kind of landing. We are seeing their separate ways. SWAT 69 heading down towards Milton Paris / Milton. Unique are rotating down to Novo. Sweet Cheese Sensations have military base that's pretty
And
standard.
untouched.
But
Sorry.
untouched.
Wow. Getting the
Yeah.
drop on untouched, dropping 2 members from Pain alone in the shipping container. Waited to the perfect time. They knew he was here. They saw his muzzle sticking out, but still that push. He was able to drop 1 by 1. Well earned untouched. Not just evening, but increasing the odds into their favor here.
Yeah, now it's really turned it around. Even just Black and White and Bazzi left standing for the side of Team Pain. Of course, they are on the edge of crate, so they can kind of disengage pretty. Yeah, there's a buggy there. They could, in theory, disengage, but that's still going to be risky, right? Especially because it's a buggy. Somebody's going to be in the open end. If you in any way get touched upon, that's going to be the end of you. But Black and White is going to go into that buggy, pick up Bazzi, and they will look to get the hell out of there. Wise choice from Pain.
Yeah, I'm digging that. Not just because obviously you have the numbers disadvantage, but if you know anything about the teams you're facing, after they set up shop and get set up over there in South Georgia, 12-18 is liable to take down that median hill in between Creighton and South Georgia and pick off anybody who is in a weakened state. So well-earned ending that fight and heading off to greener pastures.
Yeah, because, and we haven't really talked about this phase on Circle, right? It is kind of pretty central to the mainland. There's a decent bit of military base in play and a little bit of north of the river in play, but it's most likely going to be a mainland finish unless we see huge shifts on the next couple of phases. The fear is that teams don't really know if it's going to head towards the west or the east. So that's something they're going to have to be prepared for. Gaka will be a great place to hold on to initially. Maybe even Everest. If not, you have the kind of couple of compounds in between Gaka and Pachinki, which would be great to hold on to.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of an indecisive circle here. For the first time, Tochka G.
Yeah.
First time I can remember Tochka G not landing in Pachinki, ceding that position to Angry Kills. They've been rather successful there. I think every time they've engaged with them, maybe losing 1 or 2 players, but they've come out on top, and I think they don't want to have that happen. Speaking of losing 1 or 2 players in co-landing, Yasnaya.
Yeah, Alpha Legends getting a couple of shots on to the members of Inside Games. These two teams have battled, and Yasnai time and time again. It's gone a little bit 50-50, but I feel like the advantage overall has gone over to Alpha Legends. The majority of the time. Inside Games only losing 1 player, so it's nothing to be heavily sniffed at. Yasnai can easily hold on to 2 teams, so it won't be too bad. With regards to Tochka G, I actually respect the fact that they've given Pachinki over. I respect the fact because, they might have won most of the fights there, but like you mentioned, losing 1 or 2 players, what does that do to your late game? It hurts it. And that is something that they're probably thinking about. And at the end of the day, they're in 10th overall. In the semifinals, they put in a damn good showing to finish first overall in the standings. They know they can do better.
Yeah, it's like everyone is respecting that. Sometimes we will see the contests down south at Mill Base on Sweet Chili and even sometimes on Team Unique, but not today. Each team realizing we have got to make it not just with our team, but a complete team. And even then, nothing is guaranteed, all right? So we definitely don't want to be losing people on the early outskirts. But it looks like RESQ will be heading off northwest. Tochka G absolutely aware of them. They've just been scattering around this farm area, looting from compound to shack as best they can.
Okay, so Nomad Gaming, they're going up against Angry Kids. 2 members of Nomad Gaming did initially look to head towards Pachinki. 1 member each have been knocked down, but I do believe that overall Angry Kids should be able to get the better of that if they do spot out the fact that Lunatic and Nicola are kind of on their own for now, although I'm saying that.
I don't know. Fox is extending himself as well. He's trying to go finish that knock, but look at the extension. His team is still in the center of Pachinki.
Like, honestly, that was just an unusual rotation from Nomad, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the time in which they did disengage as Fox does knock down Lunatic. Nicola is still standing. Smokes are being thrown out. Aldic, you got to clap. Fox, in the back, you're going to join in, and now Satsora's going to be rotating in the vehicle, just be able to provide that level of support. Fox is going to find himself absolutely blown in the wind, and down he goes.
Absolutely triangulated there. Yeah, you did get the knock. I'm just super confused about that extension.
Really, that rotation for Nomad has heavily surprised me. Yeah, they do normally rotate early, right? And they're one of the first teams that make really intelligent rotations. But that felt a very direct. That felt coordinated. Hey, look, in a good way, right? They've survived as a four-man team. I just really wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I think that might be purposeful, knowing they have a score gap to close. Even top scoring and placement won't do it alone. We've got to go and hunt out some kills that might have been targeted, as you said. And that's a good move to come towards Church and suss out people looting a Pachinki. It's one of the clearest options you have towards the city.
Yeah, of course, high risk, high reward, but it did pay off in that sense. We do have NASR getting very close to Tochka G. Amber, the IGL of that team is knocked down, which is something of a worry for me, losing your IGL early on. Of course, the benefit is that she can IGL while being, down on the ground and being out of the game. But on the other hand, you're down to 3 players. When you're in the overall standings low down as it is, you don't want to be down to 3 players. And yeah, it feels bad, man, for Tochka.
Yeah, IGLing from the grave still possible, but you're down to just 3 gunners here. Her being dropped in this ravine, and that's just kind of what happens, all right? We're never secure about what is safe and what's ahead of us, and when you have to bounce from place to place, you're just increasing your odds of getting sussed out, and this is about her 3rd location here already.
1218 now going to Gaka. That was a location that they really punished teams on in the regional finals as well. So they'll look to maybe repeat the procedure. It is going to be pretty nice in terms of the center of the circle if the circle does go in the westerly direction. Otherwise, they'll still have plenty of space to rotate around from that spot. Sweet Chili Sensation now making their way across the bridge on the west. This is teams generally respecting each other, but the east side is a bit more action-packed.
Yeah, speaking of east side, the real deal, noting the shots from NASR as they thirsted Onvern, and they're just setting up shop to their east, and Albie is busting shots at Ninja and the gang as they caravan over the ridge there. Not able to connect there, but they're going to know the opposition up here is not the pressure they want to take, and they're going to keep on heading down south there. Might deliver themselves to Unique or a Tochka G sandwich down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit risky. Now, I don't know if Unique want to stop. No, they don't seem to want to stop. They're just sticking by the coastline, which is a really clean rotation from Unique. Absolutely love to see it. They're rotating in a really nice, timely manner. They could have gone into military base, but that would have proved its own risks right now. But they still got to be careful because, like you said, Tochka G are in that compound and they could punish Unique.
Yeah, this half of Unique, Milky Way, and Frozen have already started their onslaught, busting down shots at the compound. Looks like we want to set up here in the bowl and control this median region from Pachinki to farm here.
Like, Unique do have Tochka G kind of pinch right now. So that could really hurt Tochka G. However, for now, I can't see them really heavily aggressing onto Tochka G. If they know they're there, and they have information from a couple of angles, I would actually recommend breaching them, right? Just take them out. Take them out of the picture early on. You take more bodies off the lobby, it means you have more space around you. Because we could see it go against Unique, especially on a 2-2 split by maybe even another team. So just be aware of that, Unique.
Speaking of against Unique, their biggest opposition is now just one plateau away from hillside to hillside. They're at the bowls, and over here, Sweet Chili Sensations to their west at Pachinki Hill, looking for those choke point kills. Teams coming out of Pachinki, teams that are setting up shop at the bowl, and they're just stretching with great confidence across this mound.
Talk about confidence and stretching. Angry Kids and Alpha Legends. Alpha Legends going for the rotation, but they're split a little bit for now, and Angry Kids looking to punish them because Faker is in that tiny little hut, was afraid to get caught out. I think his vehicle probably got quite damaged. It's going to be a matter of if the rest of he can possibly pick him up, but I know that Exile and Leader are ready. They're watching. They are waiting.
What a road Kaido has traveled here in between half of Unique and Sweet Chili. That is literally the most dangerous road in all of Erangel. Did make it out over here to the Broken Tractor, but they're kind of spread out here on the eastern side of Pachinki, all the way up towards Potato Hill now. A lot of spreads I'm looking at here. Even Team Unique has one player over on the coastal edge down southeast of Tochka G, and even to the north as well. I'm digging the spreads, but you got to know, one full squad upon you is going to be a disaster zone. It looks like Alpha suffering a knock on to Faker there from Leader from Angry Kids here in the warehouses.
Yeah, just spraying bullets into smoke, hoping for the best, and they do connect indeed. Faker will go down. The only thing for Alpha Legends is that they are a full squad Jagger, so that in theory does give them a bit more of an awareness. Now, if they don't know that there's only 2 players in the compound, I can understand why they're not engaging. But if they know that they have that man advantage,
as if you needed more help, guys. Red zone blessed from above. That is nice for Angry Kids, not so nice for Alpha. You saw Shatuir on the flag side making designs to press this building through his smoke out, but the red zone dropping 2 of your players, that's going to change the complexion of your push here.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That is so unfortunate.
I've come to talk with you again. I'll tell you who else is going to be talking. That's going to be Nomad Gaming and Sweet Chili Sensation. Nomad Gaming rotated down from school. Now they have Sweet Chili Sensations in their hands. Sweet Chili Sensations rotated up from Potato Hill. Not Potato Hill, sorry, Pachiki Hill into the outskirts, and they do lose a player. That is Jaja.
Yeah, Nomad doing a great job of controlling centralized region here, dropping Jaja just quick as they got him after they shifted off Pachinki Hill, which now belongs to Team Frag. Looks like Unique just wiped out all of NASR.
Yeah, that's a whole of NASR taken out. They only got frozen knocked down in the process. This is what I like to see, right? They didn't do it against Tochka Gene. That's fine, because they weren't feeling confident enough. But when they're feeling confident on engaging onto NASR out in the open as a full squad, boom, down they go, and they're already on 4 kills. Great aggressive, as per usual, start from Unique.
And look at Tochka, ever so mindful, using that time. We saw the kill feed. We're like, hey, they're busy. They're in a full engagement, and they're disengaged cleanly over there to the southwest. I don't care who you are, where you are. Being pinned down or trading shots with Team Unique this early can never feel good.
What I like, and one thing I've noticed for Nomad's rotation, right, is normally they go on to Potato Hill. That is where they like to call their own. Right. But they didn't do that, right? And it's kind of paid off for now. I don't recommend being on the outskirts of Pachiki. I actually, frankly, don't really like it. But I know Nomad Gaming are an intelligent team. And if they're trying something new, I've got to respect that, right? And so far, it's working out.
Yeah, there's actually a strat I've seen them employ actually in the past. They would set up one member over here, proned literally onto the street just a bit north of this warehouse where Sweet Chili are, and they would kind of watch this whole region. So this is not something new to them. It's just something they don't do too often. I think because of their circumstances they're in, we've got to choke out some kills.
Like, Potato Hill is always a tough place to hold on. It's so big, it's so vast, especially when it's so heavily inside the circle. But I tell you what, Unique are clapping onto Alpha Legends third partying, and I don't think Alpha can actually catch a break where they are.
I'm gonna go a bit north over here. Looks like a school, or southwest of school. Looks like the real deal, holding off rescue. 2 common compound battles here. Looks like this one's gonna kind of dissipate a bit as these teams are looking to kind of preserve their future here.
Plus the blue zone is starting to close in. We did see phase 2 centralize a bit to the east, right? That's why 1-2-1-8 basically rotated straight away. You have the compound just kind of to the south of Ruins, which is held onto by SWAT 69, which is great inside games as a 3-man team, staying in the high ground in between SWAT 69 and the Kings, which is also a great place, even though it's out in the open. And yeah, all teams are located pretty damn well. I don't like where Kings are, though. In Watertown, don't go near there. But look, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, having that high north rotation, having to come down a bit late. We did let 12-18 Nomad leave earlier, so they had to wait just a bit over there, and I think that's kind of what they were left at that northern tip with, being the most northern team right now. So this alpha battle still raging on here. It looks like we were able to revive all members. Wow. I am super surprised here that Leader and Exile weren't able to thirst these 2 knocks out here, literally in the prairie. Red Zone did one for you. Leader got the next one, and they were able to get both back up. They're pinched in this poop shack here in between Angry Kids and Team Unique, so you're not exactly free, but at least you're alive. All vehicles exploded or with dark gray smoke. Magician your way out. That's all I can tell you.
The only thing they can do is hope that Shador can get some kind of, you know, knock from a distance, and that can work out. But we do see this next FaZe Jagged once again rotates to the east. That's putting Pachinki into play. Could we see
Wow,
a
Nomad.
Pachinki finish? It's going to be risky for teams to hang around in there because if it shifts away from Pachinki the next phase, that's going to make it incredibly difficult. Nomad Gaming might say where they are. We're seeing Frag instantly reposition down from Pachinki Hill. Maybe stay on Pachinki Hill. Tochka G will have to think about where they want to go. Potato Hill is still in play.
And you know what is absolutely brilliant? You did note that either they'll be on Potato Hill or over here at Church for Nomad, right? So that is basically to the east or the west of Pachinki. Noting that the zone was favored on the west previously, this gives you a better centralized choke point. So Nomad doing a decisive work. If you look at the map, all teams are to their west. So if you're taking a centralized position, this is the better side for your choke points. Really smart moves by Nomad as we look at 12-18, disengaging from the shots of Sweet Chili at their backside.
Yeah, I feel like the rotation in 12-18 is a little bit linear, right? But then again, I wonder how much lack of information they have. Talk about rotations being linear. Tochka G just going for a straight push into Pachinki saying, you know what, we're going hard or we're going home.
It's our house. We don't have to knock. Well, Aaron making it into here. Red zone above you. And also like Team Unique down south. Just on a dime, able to condense their forces. They said, hey, early on, we're going to see a lot of rotations from this southern side. We're not going to have people crashing us in this bowl, crashing us on that rock shore that was held by the other half of their team. But we will see people transcending back and forth through this map. And that's why they're already up to 4 kills without facing a direct battle. And they said, hey, the zone is closing up. Let's close our forces. Yeah. Really smart moves to change on a dime from rotational kills to condensed battles here.
Exactly. The two teams that probably have the best advantage based on the circle shift is actually RESQ and the real deal, right? Because however this next circle shifts, unless it really goes absolutely crazily south, but even then, they have a lot of space around them. They have nice information. They will know where the likes of maybe Kings and Inside Games are hearing the shots being fired. And this is going to be good for those two teams, but Nomad Gaming and SWAT 69. SWAT 69, that's a really risky rotation from them.
Yeah, this is that Western choke point hold that Nomad brilliantly took, getting another free and easy drop on a team. And they're going to be shifting right underneath RESQ Esports here. It's a tough time for SWAT 69. We know these plateaus are a bit treacherous. You're out in the open. Yeah, we have our vehicles covering ourselves. But if those get blown, if those go to gray smoke, you're absolutely pinched here.
Honestly, it was just too late of a rotation of that kind, right? Unless you know exactly where a team is, and unless you are actually properly going to breach, it was just a balls to the wall. Let's just go for it and hope for the best rotation. And, hey, look, they only lost one player. Like you said, any of those vehicles get blown up or really burnt out, that's going to spell a really strong pinch for SWAT 69.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of teams are now chain connecting and collecting information on each other because of the shots there from RESQ onto SWAT 69, more towards Ruins. Inside Gamers were alerted. They bust their shots, and now you saw Kings angling towards Inside Gamers. And just like that, we could see a chain movement of third-party action here, descending over here to the north.
Okay, so Halaju, with the rest of Unique rotating incredibly well onto the hills just to the east of Pachinki, finds Shadorv Alpha. A crate did drop in that spot, right? So that kind of gave free information and kind of a free chance of somebody to get a knockdown. And indeed, that has gone down. But what I like from Halaju is he's not going like super duper aggressive. He's got a knockdown. Now he's going to join back up with the rest of his team because he's got the information required. Plus, with the next circle shift going down the southeast, Pachinki isn't really going to be in play. And once again, Unique. How are they getting these circles?
Oh, man. I just can't believe that Alpha 2 Or actually put his body at that drop. Last we checked, he was at a tree. I am not sure what you are doing there. You know you're compromised. You've been knocked a few times from a few ways. You have no vehicles. That drop is not your priority.
I expect it from a Classics player, but not really pro, with all due respect. Nomad Gaming and the Frag are going to clash together into a rotation. Nomad Gaming, they don't know what's going on. And also the third party for Sweet Chili Sensation puts Nomad Gaming down to just 2 players, just like that. Navy gets clapped onto by Nicola. So nice return. Bayou comes in to knock down Nicola. And indeed, the squad rate goes down at the hands of Jody.
Yeah, I was saying it before. Great choke points, great hold of your pockets. But when it switched to immediate, there are not many better than Sweet Chili.
Like, Nomad Gaming just kind of being too tunnel vision, right? They're like, yeah, we got a great spot kind of on church. Yeah, we got great spots. The second it shifts away and they're on the edge, they don't know
They
how
just
to deal
fell.
with that in my eyes. It's really tough.
Yeah, that's the mark of a champion. Can you bounce back from an unfavorable situation? It looks like at that time they weren't able to capitalize. Speaking of that, Inside Gamers here, Southwest, outside of the zone, now down to just Sands as 12-18 is rotating behind the Pochinki Hill. Sands looking to also get some shots upon them. Did miss the first whip, but here comes Bandita as well. Thinking about it, are you gonna pop it? You are one man by yourself, but if there's any time to get yourself a little bit of kills, that would be then.
Like, I know they weren't in the same position, right? But that's exactly how Nomad Gaming should have rotated. Go outside the circle. You know, rotate outside and come in via another direction.
Oh,
That's
we're
easily
crashing
what they
into
could have
pain
done.
here.
But Tulika gets knocked down by Bazzi. It is 4 against 2. As 1218 do their best to respond. It's actually 3 against 2. My apologies. As Tulika does get confirmed. As Zako's going to do his best.
Wow.
Bandita with the knockdown on the grenade. And just like that, it's going to be the end of pain.
Unreal. Half of them weren't even parked when they pulled up here and able to wipe out Pain with 2 well-placed utility movements, barely sending any shots. Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
Okay, so look at this on the west side. You got NGG, you got RESQ, you got Sweet Chili Sensation, you got Frag, and you got the Kings. This is so clustered on the west side of this circle.
Yeah, Kings will be coming in from that west side. You know you're going to be late to this bowl, this infamous set of bowls here. Fresh getting knocked at the tree in Thrills, chasing the zone, moving to the northern edge here. I don't blame you for that. The only shots will be on the distance. You don't want to face Frag here immediately, but they know of your presence. A full 4 Frag force up above you. But they're busting shots and connecting the kill on to Fresh. Do they even know Thrills has moved forward? Oh, yeah, they're sending utility, and he has been dropped there at the edge, keeping control of their bowl here.
Yeah, that does put Thrills down to just 1 player in touch, but Untouch is... Where the hell is Untouch, actually? I don't know where
He's at the
he
poop
is.
shack getting pressed by Sweet Chili. Gonna know Jody wrapping on the back. Molly into the building. He's shifting on over and getting the heavy pressure from Jody, dropping where he stands. Wow, yeah. Sweet Chili can do no wrong at close range, I feel.
Yeah, the questions got answered and Sweet Chili Sensation reacting really well. They're only on 4 kills, but they do have 2 players up. Jody got knocked down, but the revive should be able to come out. It did, but then once again, actually, no, it was Ayu that got dropped by the side of Unique. These are 2 rivals, first and second in the overall standings. They are not afraid to be aggressive on each other.
And Team Unique knows the closest opposition to their throne would be Sweet Chili. Let's continue the pressure and keep them bombarded. Speaking of pressure, the prison break escape from Pochinki has begun. The queens of Pochinki here seem to have the eastern edge control. Maybe they can finish off the last player from Rescue. And Itachi is pressing towards majority of their squad here. Sandra shifting back over, was looking for that revive. Did get it on Penelope. And she's able, oh, look at the cross angles from Frag, watching the whole fight transpire.
Wow.
Well earned at the distance.
Yeah. Okay, so third party incoming out. That's going to put Pain and Beast on alert. Itachi must feel a little bit annoyed with that, right? Because they did have a really good potential engagement coming down. But Beast claps onto Pavonably. Or Pineapple, as I do call her, leaving Sandra, the only one left off for Tochka G inside the house. He got Beast getting the revive onto Itachi. Pain is going to do their best.
Oh, cannot forget kick to the north.
Rescue.
Last player from Rescue, not knowing if you can move forward, saying, I'm going to at least collect some kills or chase him from the back. Literally hopping into the UAZ, wanting to escape by. I don't know if this is the best move right now, but it's probably all you got. Somehow Tick making it in front of the squads here. Going to drive past by Sandra. Are you kidding me? Sasha able to boost the shot. Oh, it crashed into TRD. That is so unfortunate, but unreal escape there. That's crazy.
Keep on going for so long, but in the end, he goes down. Angry Kids being connected onto by Sweet Chili Sensations. This is the next phase. Going down the southeast. A lot of these teams once again on the west and the northwest outside the circle. Unique are sitting pretty right now. They can just laugh off everything that's going on around them and pick up the pieces.
Literally, all war is in front of them. Full squad, kings in their perch, able to watch what is transpiring and pick apart the shots as they so choose. You guys didn't need any other advantage, and here you are with all the cards in your favor as Memphis putting down shots onto the real deal into the Wizard Tower, keeping them at bay. This is just not fair.
And down goes 1-2-1-8. We're down to 5 teams. Frag, Unique, Sweet Chitty Sensations, Tochka G, and the real deal. All very competent teams, but they've got to try and survive against Unique. But then again, for Unique, right, they're out in the open, they're in the circle, they're on the high ground, but they still got to protect themselves against the 4 other teams. That could become too much. One knock against them, and we could see it fall down like a domino.
Yeah, and that immediate catalyst probably would have to come at the hands of Frag, but AU said, I will offer support, dropping a Hajlu. Frag just one bowl away to the west. Freak will be linking up across the street. Take it into your own hands. You have the best opposition to dethrone Unique.
And then the real deal coming in. Albie gets knocked down by Ayu. Going into the circle was great and all, but it didn't work out because you got clapped in the back.
And it looks like everybody moving forward from the north is focusing on each other when the real opposition will be to your south on Team Unique. Frag did bust some shots and take down a member here from Sweet Chili at the heads of Navy. But you've got to start moving towards what's in your future. And Unique is just belittling everyone from the perimeter, letting no one take foothold here.
Look at Jody and I, who just about managed to survive against the Blue Zone. Daddy was able to survive for the real deal. He was able to heal up, and now he's got to look and turn his attention onto the 2-man team of Sweet Chitty Sensations. They're trading grenades, they're trading blows. Daddy is down to about 40 health as Jody and Ayu do heal themselves up. That grenade goes a little bit too far for Daddy.
Yeah, 2 different battles. The northern tip belonging to the 2v1 of Sweet Chili versus Daddy, and a 4v4 looking like it's going to start erupting. Speaking of erupting, the utility coming forward and dropping Hamodi down to half health here. Beginning our snake. They're just connecting. They're just having their way. Ahaju, the front man, able to successfully hit a few different nade connections onto Hamodi here.
Down goes Daddy, down goes the real deal. It was just too much, and now we're down to these 3 teams. Team Frag, Team Unique, and Sweet Chili Sensations. Now, what's good for Sweet Chili Sensations, not only they're able to surprise and clap Unique in the back, but they can allow Frag to take down Unique, and then they can take down Frag, but it's not going to be easy because Sweet Chili Sensations, yes, they may have gotten a knockdown, but they did alert Unique of where they are.
Frag, you have got to get up there. You have got to get up there if you keep allowing Unique to have their way. Sweet Chili's actually doing a lot from the alternate angle, but it looks like we're not able to move forward because the heavy streams of utility being presented by Team Unique. Milky Way shifting around with the buggy, looking to plant a flag for the future and shift over on that cross angle. We realize Sweet Chili offering a lot of pains here as they almost achieve another knock, but Aya is dropped by Hamodi there.
Yeah, because when you look at where Sweet Chili Sensations were, yeah, they had low ground, but there's nothing, and I mean literally nothing in front of them that they could cover behind. But now this fight goes on. 2 teams. Free gets a knockdown onto Milky Way. 9 just traps back on the outplay. This is gonna be incredible stuff. Hamodi's in the background with Laju, Frozen, and Memphis on top.
Hamodi is all they've got. There's 3 shooters on Unique, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. Vehicular manslaughter there. You have to be aware of your surroundings. I'm telling you, Unique. All elements of a battle there on display. I did not see a moment where there wasn't a yellow stream of utility. You couldn't get close to them. They were able to take the direct knocks, outstinked you, and literally blew you up in the end by vehicle.
I'm getting near sense of deja vu. Chicken dinner, 17 kills. We saw that a little bit similar yesterday in the first game of the day out of Unique. It was 19 kills down, but 17 is nothing to be sniffed at. They were already a good 61-71. They were already a good 25 points ahead of Sweet Chili Sensations. They are going to increase that a good 10 to 15 points more just from that game alone, and there's 3 more games to go. I wonder, can Unique be stopped?
I really just don't know. I think the train has left the station, and that momentum is on another track. Unreal, guys. We have 3 more games here to end out the Rescue $1,200 tournament, guys. We'll be back with game 2 in the sands of Miramar. Stand by. And Team Unique knows the closest opposition to their throne would be Sweet Chili. Let's continue the pressure and keep them bombarded. Speaking of pressure, the prison break escape from Pachinki has begun. The queens of Pachinki here seem to have the eastern edge control. Maybe they can finish off the last player from Rescue. And Itachi is pressing towards majority of their squad here. Sandra shifting back over, was looking for that revive. Did get it on Penelope. And she's able, oh, look at the cross angles from Frag, watching the whole fight transpire.
Wow.
Well earned at the distance.
Yeah. Okay, so third party incoming out. That's gonna put Pain and Beast on alert. Itachi must feel a little bit annoyed with that, right? Because they did have a really good potential engagement coming down, but Beast traps onto Pivonably. Or Pineapple, as I do call her, leaving Sandra, the only one left off for Tochka G inside the house. He got Beast getting the revive onto Itachi. Pain is going to do their best.
Oh, cannot forget kick to the north.
Rescue.
Last player from Rescue, not knowing if you can move forward, saying I'm gonna at least collect some kills or chase him from the back, literally hopping into the UAV, wanting to escape by. I don't know if this is the best move right now, but it's probably all you got. Somehow Tick making it in front of the squads here. Gonna drive past by Sandra. Are you kidding me? Sasha able to boost the shot. Oh, he crashed into TRD. That is so unfortunate, but unreal escape there. That's crazy.
Going for so long, but in the end he goes down. Angry Kids being connected onto by Sweet Chili Sensations. This is the next phase, going down the southeast. A lot of these teams once again on the west and the northwest, outside the circle. Unique are sitting pretty right now. They can just laugh off everything that's going on around them and pick up the pieces.
Literally all war is in front of them. Full squad kings in their perch, able to watch what is transpiring and pick apart the shots as they so choose. You guys didn't need any other advantage, and here you are with all the cards in your favor, as Memphis putting down shots onto the real deal into the Wizard Tower, keeping them at bay. This is just not fair.
And then goes 1-2-1-8. We're down to 5 teams. Frag, Unique, Sweet Chili Sensations, Tochka G, and the real deal. All very competent teams, but they've got to try and survive against Unique. But then again, for Unique, right, they're out in the open, they're in the circle, they're on the high ground, but they still got to protect themselves against the 4 other teams. That could become too much. One knock against them, and we could see it fall down like a domino.
Yeah, and that immediate catalyst probably would have to come at the hands of Frag, but AU said, I will offer support, dropping a Hajlu. Frag just one bowl away to the west. Freak will be linking up across the street. Take it into your own hands. You have the best opposition to dethrone Unique.
And then the real deal coming in. Albie gets knocked down by IU. Going into the circle was great and all, but it didn't work out because you got clapped in the back.
And it looks like everybody moving forward from the north is focusing on each other, when the real opposition will be to your south on Team Unique. Frag did bust some shots and take down a member here from Sweet Chili at the heads of Navy, but you've got to start moving towards what's in your future. And Unique is just belittling everyone from the perimeter, letting no one take foothold here.
Look at Jody and I, who just about managed to survive against the Blue Zone. Daddy was able to survive for the real deal. He was able to heal up, and now he's got to look and turn his attention onto the 2-man team of Sweet Chili Sensation. They're trading grenades, they're trading blows. Daddy is down to about 40 health as Jody and Ayu do heal themselves up. That grenade goes a little bit too far for Daddy.
Yeah, 2 different battles. The northern tip belonging to the 2v1 of Sweet Chili versus Daddy, and a 4v4 looking like it's going to start erupting. Speaking of erupting, the utility coming forward and dropping Hamodi down to half health here, beginning our snake. They're just connecting. They're just having their way. Ahaju, the front man, able to successfully hit a few different nade connections onto Hamodi here.
Down goes Daddy, down goes the real deal. It was just too much, and now we're down to these 3 teams. Team Frag, Team Unique, and Sweet Chili Sensation. Now, what's good for Sweet Chili Sensations, not only they're able to surprise and clap Unique in the back, but they can allow Frag to take down Unique, and then they can take down Frag, but it's not going to be easy because Sweet Chili Sensations, yes, they may have gotten a knockdown, but they did alert Unique of where they are.
Frag, you have got to get up there. You have got to get up there if you keep allowing Unique to have their way. Sweet Chili's actually doing a lot from the alternate angle, but it looks like we're not able to move forward because the heavy streams of utility being presented by Team Unique. Milky Way shifting around with the buggy, looking to plant a flag for the future and shift over on that cross angle. We realize Sweet Chili offering a lot of pains here as they almost achieve another knock, but Aya is dropped by Hamodi there.
Yeah, because when you look at where Sweet Chili Sensations were, yeah, they had low ground, but there's nothing, and I mean literally nothing in front of them that they could cover behind. But now this fight goes on. 2 teams. Free gets a knockdown onto Milky Way. 9 just taps back on the outplay. This is gonna be incredible stuff. Hamodi's in the background with Laju, Frozen, and Memphis on top.
Hamodi is all they've got. There's 3 shooters on Unique, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. Vehicular manslaughter there. You have to be aware of your surroundings. I'm telling you, Unique. All elements of a battle there on display. I did not see a moment where there wasn't a yellow stream of utility. You couldn't get close to them. They were able to take the direct knocks, outstink you, and literally blew you up in the end by vehicle.
I'm getting near sense of deja vu. Chicken dinner, 17 kills. We saw that a little bit similar yesterday in the first game of the day out of Unique. It was 19 kills then, but 17 is nothing to be sniffed at. They were already a good, like, they were already a good 61-71. They were already a good 25 points ahead of Sweet Chili Sensations. They are going to increase that a good 10 to 15 points more just from that game alone, and there's 3 more games to go. I wonder, can Unique be stopped?
I really just don't know. I think the train it into here, red zone above you, and also like Team Unique down south, just on a dime, able to condense their forces. They said, hey, early on we're gonna see a lot of rotations from this southern side. We're not gonna have people crashing us in this bowl, crashing us on that rock shore that was held by the other half of their team, but we will see people transcending back and forth through this map, and that's why they're already up to 4 kills without facing a direct battle. And they said, hey, the zone is closing up, let's close our forces. Really smart moves to change on a dime from rotational kills to condensed battles here.
Exactly. The 2 teams that probably have the best advantage based on the circle shift is actually RESQ and the real deal, right? Because however this next circle shifts, unless it really goes absolutely crazily south, but even then, they have a lot of space around them. They have nice information. They will know where the likes of maybe Kings and Inside Games are hearing the shots being fired, and this is going to be good for those 2 teams. But Nomad Gaming and SWAT 69, that's a really risky rotation from them.
Yeah, this is that Western choke point hold that Nomad brilliantly took, getting another free and easy drop on a team, and they're going to be shifting right underneath RESQ Esports here. It's a tough time for SWAT 69. We know these plateaus are a bit treacherous. You're out in the open. Yeah, we have our vehicles covering ourselves, but if those get blown, if those go to gray smoke, you're absolutely pinched here.
Honestly, it was just too late of a rotation of that kind, right? Unless you know exactly where a team is, and unless you are actually properly going to breach, it was just a balls to the wall, let's just go for it and hope for the best rotation. And hey, look, they only lost 1 player, like you said. Any of those vehicles get blown up or really burnt out, that's going to spell a really strong pinch for SWAT 69.
Yeah, and then it looks like a lot of teams are now chain connecting and collecting information on each other because of the shots there from RESQ onto SWAT 69, more towards Ruins. Inside Gamers were alerted. They bust their shots, and now you saw Kings angling towards Inside Gamers, and just like that, we could see a chain movement of third-party action here, descending over here to the north.
Okay, so Laju, with the rest of Unique rotating incredibly well onto the hills just to the east of Pachinki, finds Shadorv Alpha. A crate did drop in that spot, right? So that kind of gave free information and kind of a free chance of somebody to get a knockdown, and indeed that has gone down. But what I like from Elaju is he's not going like super duper aggressive. He's got a knockdown. Now he's going to join back up with the rest of his team because he's got the information required. Plus, with the next circle shift going down the southeast, Pachinki isn't really going to be in play. And once again, Unique. How are they getting these circles?
Oh man, I just can't believe that Alpha 2 Or actually put his body at that drop. Last we checked, he was at a tree. I am not sure what you are doing there. You know you're compromised. You've been knocked a few times from a few ways. You have no vehicles. That drop is not your priority.
I expect it from a class.
We're back and ready to form up game 2 of the second day, the final day of the RESQ $1,200 tournament. Game is cracked off. What do you hope to see from those people who are not quite in that prize pool bracket with 3 games left to compete?
So look, there's obviously a bit of a disparity up top, right? There is that kind of bit of a chunky difference. So for the teams down at the bottom, you gotta kind of play just a little bit more intelligently. Yes, some of those rotations in the last game were a little bit harsh, but they also didn't really go hard shifting from one direction to another. They kind of consistently hard shifted down the southeast, if I'm not mistaken, Jaguar. So I just would have liked to have seen some better late game thought process from some of the teams in their rotations and how they position themselves. Look, otherwise, what I've speculated, and this is again pure speculation, the top 3 is unsurprising Unique in first with 123 points, Sweet Chili Sensations in second with 79 points. So that difference is huge. And in third place is Team Frag on 70 points. So it's a lot closer between second and third.
Wow, so Team Frag able to jump up and dislodge 12-18. That's still a very transient placement there, third place. So, you know, those are things you can jockey for. I'm not saying give up, never give up. Always want to be first to the final bell. Might be out of a unique reach there, but still fight for those next spots. And let's take a look. We are indeed in the plane path.
See the plane path very heavily on the west. That's going to make it quite hard to get to Impala, Port of Paradiso. Even Los Leones within reason. Of course, Hacienda del Patron is going to be just on the cusp of it. Alhazar are really out of favor. We know Tochka G do like to land in Le Cabrera. That's going to be nice for them. But they are going to be joined by Team Frag in the early parts of this game. So definitely a bit of a tough playing trajectory on this Miramar game.
Yeah, for Tochka G, I'm sure noting each other if knocks do happen. That's a team that was up above on the leaderboards. If you're paying attention to that, definitely want to take them out into your own hands. I know you don't want to have that early kill, that early loss of players, but when you're fighting this close to the end of the tournament, I would say go for it. I would say remove those teams in power.
So Amberin seemed to have dropped a little bit later, but he's in the house right opposite outplay their neighbors right now. Sandra and Pineapple, we're going to call her, is across the road, but in a couple of houses. However, you got to think that they're all kind of looting, right? So there's not really going to be the same level of control and support, but Unique, NASR, and NGG all getting punished upon.
Yeah, and it looks like Memphis is coming Ninja's way across the road. Ninja is going to be poising, maybe able to get the knock on one Unique member. He's in a slow bus moving uphill. You must. I know you have the AK, but you must. You do not get many openings like that on Unique. Memphis able to escape. Look at this zone. High north. Majority of teams already in it who escaped the plane path early.
Yeah, we also have Hacienda is going to be put under pressure between Kings and Alpha Legends. AK and Sweet Chili Sensations are engaging on each other in around Chumasera. So 2 team fights, a couple of clusters of team fights going on in the early parts of this game. It's a bit more of an aggressive Miramar start than I kind of expected.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the typical two-way battle down here, Chuma. Both these two
True.
super aggressive fragging teams now want to give their spots. I'm digging it. I'm here for it. The team mainly with more to lose will be Sweet Chili here, and everything to gain could be Angry Kids. So why not?
Yeah, totally agree. They're in second. They can't really afford to lose a player early on. They have in this case, especially on Miramar, that's going to affect their late game potential. In terms of rotation, positioning, vision as well. So something I'll have to be aware of. Plus the fact that they are kind of quite a little bit further away from the circle. The only thing they have in the palm of their hands, right, is the fact because the playing trajectory was so far on the west, there is quite a lot of space on the east. They can kind of go through the outskirts of the north of Los Leones, go around La Bandita and get into the east side of the circle, maybe on the high grounds to the west of El Azahar, maybe Junkyard.
Yeah, these teams down south, which are currently actually dual locked from Los Leones to Trumacera, 4 different teams there, they would do well to start shifting around the east, as you noted, playing past completely to the west and west of this zone. So even if a team already made it out to the east, it's not going to be as much as what's already happening on that west.
Fight breaking out between Alpha Legends and the Kings. The Kings losing a player early on. Surprisingly, it's not actually Bond this time,
Yeah, so cool.
which is a rare sight to see.
Yeah. He's
But
evolving. He's evolving.
But I tell you what, the team isn't right. Still losing a player early on. You gotta cut that out, guys. You can't keep letting that happen.
Every situation, no matter where they're landing, no matter what the team is co-landing with us, even if we win in the end, we're losing a player early on. It just can't be a statistic. And Untouched dropped here. You know, if you're going for the push, inconsistency and indecisiveness kills. If you're going to go in that building, go in that building. If you're going to stay back with throw, stay back. But to hug that broken wall for a damn near 2 minutes and do nothing from it, you're just setting yourself up to get rotated on.
It's just like Kings have so much potential, right? They do. I see so much potential from them, but they just aren't putting it together in the way that they should. They're not being intelligent. They're not really being that aware, and that worries me. That really does worry me.
Yeah, they still have a chance to do something here. Maybe disengage. I want to see a little less reaction and a little more pre-thought.
Definitely. As the fight between Frag and NGG is kicking off. It is on the north side. Freak was knocked down. Out in the open. Bit of a kind of a weird one between these two teams. Just kind of, I suppose Freak getting caught out at the end of the day, which is a bit of a shame, but Beast taking opportunity like he can. It's going to hurt Frag, right? They're in third place overall. They overtook 1-2-1-8. They got close to Sweet Chili Sensations. Again, you got to be aware, guys.
Hixia will be pushing towards Beast. Beast still on the body that he confirmed, so Hixia should have location on him. Now we're within audio cues, and he's driving the buggy that he just took, but you have no clue here. Gonna spin out just a bit, and Beast, Beast down by his own design. Not knocked, proning at the perfect moment, but here comes the flank around. Isn't able to get the first aid off, and Hixia is able to finish what he started there. A trade-for-trade kill.
Yeah, look, yep, they're just going to trade blows. It's going to leave Payne and Ben, the last two players standing for Team Frag, but they are also very heavily apart from each other. Ben's in Crater Fields, Payne's all the way in Water Treatment. They are disconnected right now.
And look who is alone on that whole eastern side. Yeah, dope. They're amazing fraggers. Yeah, great. They can control the spread. But the intellect, unique, only one in the whole eastern half of that zone, as Bond did try to escape the Alpha Legends fight, but to his southwest pulled up Nomad. Poor situation for Bond. But he's like, I'm not down yet. I'm going to continue to fight. Tossing that utility, connecting there, and now beating down a lunatic. Good strafing. Also checking back on the original angle northeast of Alpha Legends.
Man,
oh my God.
Yeah, I just don't know what's going on. The King's being punished as well. Lee just Bond left standing. Yeah.
You hate to see it. Actually, you do. Lunatic does go down by Bond. I'm digging the last stance, but it's almost futile as it clips in, and Nicola will be holding this alternate angle here. You have no move to maneuver, literally. You have no vehicle, and you have opposition 360 around you. I'll pray for you.
Yeah, definitely. The real deal rotating fairly early, but they're going right into La Cabrera. They're going to get very close to Tochka G.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Hackshot will get caught out. I think he's going to be shot at by the members of Tochka G. And he did indeed, I think, get... No, actually, no. The
No, he's
knockdown didn't
gone.
come through. He's gone.
He's gone. Good escape and read back to the rest of your team. This is not how close you want to get to the edge of the city here. So Alpha Legends are taking that information in. Of course, all the shots and opposition they heard from Bond here alerts them to the other team and Team Nomad, and they're sweeping down. We should know that Alpha Legends pushed them out this way. They're putting shots on them as well. So I know we want to loot or maybe pick up Lunatic, but you're putting yourself out here in the open. But I don't think Alpha Legends, lucky for you, are making designs to push you.
To be perfectly honest, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to look under the fact that we have the 2020 perspective vision of knowing where every team are in the map.
Right.
But I really can't help feel but be disappointed with this game in Miramar. It's such a big map. You've got loads of space. We've seen too many people go down. We've seen too many bad rotations so far in this game. I know we're only 8 minutes in, but to me, it's put a dampener on this whole Miramar map so far anyway.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people with their backs against the walls are throwing out intellect and kind of just rushing and pushing and doing things a bit recklessly.
Exactly. And it's just and it's not that I think the teams are crap, right? I think it's the opposite. It's because I know all teams are really good, and I expect better from. I want them to do better,
Right.
and that's when I see kind of these mistakes happening. I'm just kind of like, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, kind of manner.
It looks like a majority of teams are condensing towards the center mass here. I would say a good 12 of them or 11 of them allotted. And actually Unique now control the whole east alone over there. But still clear trajectory for those teams down south to just go literally. If you just go north, you're good. Think of the east, guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it speaks for itself. It's Unique coming in on these, making the play that I said, making the rotation that I called. And yeah, okay, teams down south, they've yet to do that, but it is in front of them. Do it, execute it before another team gets there. We are seeing the blue zone closing in. Next thing you know, phase 2 is going to pop up. But phase 2 goes down to southeast. You're going to have a cluster of teams instantly rotating, and your spot might be overtaken. You want to get in there early. You want to get the information so you can react better than the teams around.
Speaking of reacting, Coffin alone on his angle, covering 2 shots on the real deal, suppressing Azzy and getting the knock up above him onto Daddy there. Now he's pushing, doing the work of 4 men here. Unreal, tossing the utility up, letting it precede him as actually Daddy, is the one left standing on top of this hill, looking to achieve the knock on Coffin. Drops him where he stands. The utility was pretty well placed. You just got dropped beforehand and it wasn't able to knock him right back. But Coffin cleared a lot up here and down on Azzy.
Yeah.
Cosetta and the boys.
But at the end of the day, if you don't clean up Daddy, if you don't get the job done, he's not afraid to clap back. He's such a talented player that he can pull out and turn a team fight around just like that. And that he did. Coffin is looking to crawl away, but I don't think he's going to get revived up anytime soon.
Yeah, just looking for heavy suppression. That's all you can really do from this angle if your goal and your attempt is to revive Coffin. Keep Azzy at bay. He's smoking himself. And then on top, of course, Daddy and I'll be there. Only have to look down and thirst him. So it's going to take a whole barrage to actually keep them blinded, and I don't think they're going to be able to get that. And speaking of getting that at the backside, Tochka G elevation third-party shots, dropping players here off of the mound for SWAT 69.
I was kind of like, what? Tochka G in the feed taking down the members of SWAT 69? What the hell? And I'm like, there they are, the high ground. I like it. As the blue zone's closing in, Sandra does indeed get another knockdown, this time on the Azzy. Doesn't care who it is. If it's a body, if it's pixelated, we will find it and we will hunt.
Where are you going, Albie? Not this way. Literally, your boy was dropped at that shack. You watch him get thirsted. What is the attempt here? Turn around, but it might be too late. Don't come this way. Oh, dark smoke. Just seeing some unreal things. I don't know what to say anymore. Where are you going?
Just your reaction is just kind of like, oh man, your reaction speaks for itself, Jagger. Like, why go there? There's just no point. It's kind of like,
I'm gonna turn off my webcam.
Yeah.
I'm so.
Like, like
Jeez.
I know I want to laugh at it, but I just can't help but kind of go, yeah, this is this Miramar game. It kind of sums it up, right? That play sums up this game so far, and yeah, it feels bad, man. Feels bad, man, indeed. But Tochka G, find an opportunity, you take it. Of course, the frag was taken away by the frag. In fairness, because Albie just couldn't get away from two squads. He's gonna leave Daddy on his own.
It's like 12-18. Finally, the East is seeing a little bit of pressure. Pretty crazy that this whole pocket was clear, and now coming into the exact same pinpoint pinhole down there by Junkyard, right behind Rescue, is 12-18.
There's just no need on Miramar to stay around the blue zone. There's just really no need, especially on phase one.
Yeah.
It's not doing you any favors. Yeah, okay, he was able to get a kill onto a member of rescue from behind, but that's just one of those lucky opportunities in my eyes. That's nothing that is calculated. That's nothing that is kind of intelligent play. That's just an opportunity, and yeah, we'll take it. But there's an easy chance it will go against you. The rescue are gonna look to now rotating. They're gonna get on towards the crossroads of Hacienda del Patron, but inside games are there. They're out in the open, yes, but they are shooting up against rescue, creating that space and pushing them away.
Yeah, holding down multiple angles of this fight. Backfire at the north. SLR A power top is pressuring Coyote there. The rest of the squad that remains that didn't get taken out by 12-18, Blood and Moon trying to transverse and circulate around the northern tip of those mountains to maybe go for a rescue. Rescue. Had to do it. But seriously, I don't know if I do this rescue. All jokes aside, I don't know if I'd be here.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's tough. And they are continuing to rotate. There is a little bit of a compound just towards the north side of where they are. So we're going to look to hold on to that. Inside games, they've got to be aware because Alpha Legends are down towards the southwest of them in Hacienda del Patron, that nice little compound. Yeah, okay, inside games have the area, but the shots would have been heard by Alpha, so information has been collected. NASR in a pretty good spot, but this next phase does actually go a bit to the east, while also kind of not really in any other direction, just to the east.
Yeah, and take note, you see Frozen is actually closing that angle. Frozen went far down south. Why?
Yep.
He's trying to get in more information. We're trying to see our full reign, our full realm, where we can stand to, where we can rotate from, and where we could possibly get more choke point kills. If they wanted to just go to the zone, he would just go directly in east. They're looking for more information.
Yep. And there's still quite a lot of space, right? Graveyard is a place, yeah, you don't really want to be there, but it's still kind of high ground. It is inside the circle, and it's a great kind of entry point, at least for the likes of Angry Kids, where they can gather a bit of information, maybe send one player as a scout forward to the west or the east. You also have the high ground down the south of San Martin, which is also accessible and a good place to hold on to. And then when you look on Cruz del Valle, loads of spaces up on the north and towards the east.
So being Angry Kids down south, one of the last teams, you're literally being pushed by the zone, didn't take prejudice to go and pick your position. Yeah. You don't have the luxury of seeing the map. What is your story that you're trying to tell here? What are your moves for Angry Kids?
Well, yeah, they're doing exactly what I suggested, right? They've gone into Graveyard, which is great, but now Exile is going a bit forward. There is that compound on the crossroads or that he can overlook and get a bit of information on. Sending that scout, he's forward, but he's not too far forward, right? And he's able to say to the rest of the team, hey, okay, everything's safe here, guys. I might look to join back with you, but I've gathered a bit of information. Happy days.
Yeah, and there's evidence of that. You saw him looking directly at 12-18, then shifting in from that end of the zone southeast to northwest. It looks like Sweet Chili and Nomad, a continuation of their immediate battle last match in Erangel. Last time, Sweet Chili absolutely decisive in their victory. Can Nomad retaliate?
Yeah, Nicola is up on the north. You have Eclipse down the south. They're really not together. It's Nomad Gaming I'm not used to seeing, to be honest. Jaguar, it's a Nomad Gaming that looks a bit of a shadow of their former selves over the last 3 to 4 weeks without sounding too dramatic. I know that I've seen them do a lot better. That's not taking anything away from Sweet Cheese Sensations because they are an incredible team themselves. I just know Nomad can do better.
Absolutely. And actually, Nicola here, just two Peas in a pod, him and Navy on top of their perches, looking to bust shots. He actually pushed towards the shots. He absolutely wants this. I just don't know if that'd be the way I'd be going about this right now if I was Nicola here.
Like, Crater Fields was a great place for Sweet Chili to rotate onto, right? Because you got a lot of information. Plus, with this next phase, now that's a hard shift in the opposite direction, my friend. That goes directly to the west. You do have teams go into the city. I wouldn't recommend it. Pain, they can stay on the outskirts. Alpha are going to look to go in there, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Because I still wouldn't recommend it. Tochka G are going to go down south just on the edge of the circle from there. Daddy's still on his own. There is still a little bit of high ground that's kind of overlooking the road that could be held onto and rotated onto by 1218. And Angry Kids, they could look to sweep around as well.
And from the east side, battle raging here. Inside Gamers did follow the trajectory of RESQ, dropping down blood. We moved directly actually towards them. We were not afraid. We knew they were up ahead of us, and we wanted to take it here. Inside Gamers did, as we realized that a couple of the players are trying to escape over to the west, and Starkey giving chase here.
Yeah, it's going to be Starkey and Backfire looking to... Sorry, Dale and Backfire, should I say. Looking to clean up a RESQ, and now they're just going to try to push away. Moon, you know what? Moon and Coyote, that vehicle is absolutely on smoky water, smoky territory as they just try and find a way in circle. Stop rotating! There's no point, you're inside the circle!
Oh my god, you guys are gonna give us heart attacks today. Oh man, speaking of rotating information, 1218 was down southwest on the edge of the zone. Remember, we said what can angry kids do? They sent out that scout before them, and they actually noted 1218 and wrapped around them. I don't know if they were trying to finish them from the back and remove them from the field of play, but you're putting yourself literally into a gatekeep if they get to the zone before you. That's not what we meant by taking the information. Putting yourself behind the curve.
It's actually just giving me a bit of an aneurysm, to be perfectly honest. I don't know why he kept going. He could have stopped. They could have stopped, thrown out smoke, healed up, happy days. But now it's Tochka G and Team Pain. Yeah. They're going to fight up against each other. Two intelligent teams. Pain did it pretty well, but Joke about gets knocked down by Yasha. Good start for Team Pain. They do have Krill and Bazzy up on the high ground, but it's going to be up to Black and White and Yasha to come in, and down goes for the confirmation Joke about.
You know what? I'm still, statistically speaking, going to give this. I know their backs are against the ropes. I'm still giving it to Tochka. It is a 3v2 on the immediate, and whenever they bump into Pain, they have been absolutely successful since that first game of their qualifiers in Erangel, and even their last qualifying match where they won it in Miramar. I was going to say, statistics tend to show themselves when the situation is repeated. Like, some players are better from the free point line, are better from a free throw, or better on a fast break. When Tochka G is able to sweep down from the north, their control is unreal.
That's true, but this is a different kind of Tochka G that I've kind of noted. A bit more of a passive Tochka G. It's not the same level of aggression that we saw in the semi-final stages. Like, when we saw them in semi-final stages, they would actively rotate. They would actively push onto teams, but they are being on the receiving end right now. Black and White gets another knockdown onto Sandra, leaving Amber and Pineapple there, trying to make a fruity way to disengage from this team fight.
Yeah, Black White trying to continue the pressure without overextending, and I'm liking the way he's keeping him at bay. Yeah. The real deal. A little bit up here to the north. Immediate battle here with Team Unique. Daddy getting dropped at whence he came. Just the angle superior there for Team Unique.
Yeah. Daddy got ganged up on. Daddy went down. It feels bad. Daddy has the real deal end up this game, as the next circle has actually centralized up. You could call it a bit of a shift, but I would just call it a bit of a centralization. Gonna throw Sweet Chili Sensation down on the curve outside the circle, as well as Nomad Gaming. NASR hold on to the south edge. Alpha are gonna find an easy path indeed, but Jaja, they're not gonna stop without taking down another member of Nomad, making it a little bit easier to rotate into the circle.
Yeah, this is absolutely a takedown move Reason would dictate and tell you to move up to the north and rotate in. This is absolutely just a takedown maneuver we're looking for here. We are zigzagging down and forward, and we're crashing down into the basin here. We want to remove Nomad from the field of play. Last time we had them on our sights, we're able to eradicate them pretty swiftly, and we think this might be more kills. And I don't blame you. You know Unique is always going to achieve their kills, so to match them and somehow dislodge them, you're going to have to get yours as well.
Yeah, but this might be a little bit tunnel vision from Sweet Chili Sensations. Just a little bit tunnel vision. Now they're just wasting time. They've got 1 minute until this blue zone starts closing in, and space is going to be taken by teams around them as Unique are going to go in onto Frag. This is the push from Unique. They rotated from the east up into the north, looking to now claim a spot inside the circle.
Unique shouldn't even be here. They rotated far around northwest. They were being held out. Pain was watching them. Tochka G was watching them. But somehow, with the decisive move to move back over to the east on the northern tip, and now we have to fight it through. It's not just the decision making, but their execution is what keeps them from hard shifts.
It's just what they do. It's not that they're constantly moving, but they move where they need to, where they have to, in such an intelligent manner, and they're not afraid to get out of their vehicles and absolutely engage and blow up the opponents around them.
Inside games, you need to continue every drop of pressure here outside or on the edge of the zone up to the north. If it pops down south in your favor, you'll have already weakened them and already set the scene down there. Continue that pressure. You have the compound.
So Alpha Legends and 1218, they're down on the southeast circle. Actually, no, Isla does indeed confirm Nomad Gaming. Now we're down to 11 teams, 34 players as 1218. Pain are going to look to engage, and they take down Frag. Krill coming in and just wiping a squad out just like that.
I'll let you continue to watch that. I'm down here southeast, continuing that Alpha Legends in 12-18 battle. Alpha Legends were just a bit too spread here. Soft 2-2, taking on a full team here of 12-18 with only half your squad. It will never work out. The rest of Alpha Legends still on the blue edge there, being pressed by 12-18, as well as some third-party shots from NASR here.
That was incredible aggression from Krill. Great play by Team Pain, right? Because you just took a squad out. You created a lot more space, and in space that is really needed. Because look at this next circle shift. Going down the southeast, no team is inside the circle bar a couple of members of Pain. And like I said, that's going to give so much space. But Ayu with the M249 is just going to spray like his heart desires onto the members of Angry Kids.
Some of you are fighting out here far outside of the west. Leader, the lone player, Jaja on the bike, dismounting, getting dropped there, but retaliatory knock, finishing off the hopes and dreams of the Angry Kids here.
And that was actually Team Pain that helped.
Yes.
Get to keep Sweet Chili Sensations alive as a three-man team. So a bit of help from above, from the gods above, should I say. In Team Pain is Tochka G trying to hold on, but Ayu, he's good in short range. He's good in long range. The guy is just a god amongst himself.
Just as quick as they came and just as quick as that knock was suffered, they're able to return one onto Tochka G. You would think they would stop, loot, and heal up, but no. They have no time for respite, no time to pause, achieving a knock here on Tochka and trying to make a way for their future into the zone here.
Well, yes, Sweet Chili Sensations have kind of put themselves in a tiny bit of a pickle. Yes, they're on 8 kills. Yes, they're looking pretty good and they're in the top 8. But now because they fought more than they've kind of rotated quickly and the circle shifts haven't really gone in their favor, they are in a position where they have to actually fight in a way into the circle. They're certainly doing a damn good job as Ayu with the M4 spray on to Bazzi and confirms it. What the hell is this player?
This is unreal. This is the greatest opposition you have over here in Pain. And you are literally chasing from outside the zone, moving at the same time, beating them down, and opening your own way forward. Not hoping that someone takes care of it. You're taking care of it.
I just can't get over that spray from Ayu and Sweet Chili Sensations. Now they've got to make a rotation. Now they've got to make a push because look at what is in front of them. You got NASR.
NASR, don't allow it.
And inside games, and NASR are looking directly at them. Down goes Navy. That's one down to the go in the hand of Sweet Chili Sensations. And out in the open they go, but Jaja isn't going to stop. He's not going to stop moving. He's going to look for a Hasm. Hasm is dancing around, but Marco's going to come in. And that's going to be the end of Sweet Chili Sensations.
Closing the door behind them the way they came, but back up north. Team Pain onto Tochka G. The fight for that northwest corner. Literally a gatekeep. On the edge of the zone here is Krill. Believe we finished that one off there on the northern tip, but Unique below us and further into the zone. It's going to be a tough time for Unique to make themselves out of that pocket in the open. Inside gamers, like I said, you continue that pressure from that compound. You'll be able to keep them out if the zone pops down south, and south it did.
Yeah, indeed. It went right into the hands of NASR, who took down Sweet Chili Sensation. That was a very important protection of a compound by NASR. That gives them all the space in the world. The teams around them are going to be taking each other out. This is incredibly tough for Team Unique. Yes, they do have a muscle car that can give them a bit of a swift rotation into the circle, but it certainly is not going to be easy. What I recommend is send 2 players inside the vehicle, or 1 player inside the vehicle, and send the other 2 maybe running across the road. I don't know. It's going to be incredibly tough.
It's going to be unreal with Pain above you. 12-18 on the southeastern cross angle. Maybe if 12-18 distracts inside gamers for you, you can do a wild crash, but it's not looking probable here.
But then again, Team Pain are in a world of trouble on their own, right? Now they're just going to shoot up, and from behind they clap 2 members of Team Unique. Frozen is going to be the last player standing, but he's being punished. He's being hurt. No more smokes, I feel, in the eyes of Team Unique as the blue zone is starting to close in. It's going to really hurt because it is phase 6 tick damage.
Yeah, Frozen's going to have to put it all in his own hands. He's waiting in the blue, letting them actually go in front of him. And he did outlast Team Pain here. Every complexion of intellect on display for them. Yeah, it's not looking promising, but you just got yourself at least 4th place there, waiting patiently and healing while Pain moved out in the open and were shot out of the barrel. Back to 12-18 now, pushing forward onto inside gamers. I like how they left Zako up top here, and the rest were back in the pocket. Although they did get dropped here, they did keep him on the edge to keep that suppression. Sans, as you see, was on the way forward here.
Okay, so this is another opportunity for NASR to get a clean chicken dinner. Dal gets knocked down by Bandita 77. This is the high ground going in the favor of 1218. Sans is the last player standing. Let's hope he doesn't pull out a Comic Sans. Let's hope he can really drive that 1v4, but it's not going to be easy. He's outside the circle. Right in front of them is the open area where NASR are going to look directly in their direction, but Tixo, what the hell was that M24 shot knocking down a Ninja?
And it looks like Zako on the hunt. We've located the last member there for Inside Gamers, believing Sans is behind the rock. That is a good belief. He's indeed behind there. Now we're continuing the pressure. Half health removed from the grenade, and we're going to flush him out here. Zako dropping him. Well earned there. Able to clear this north above you so you can focus on the team below you, and focus we shall. Has him dropped right back. You want to pop M24s? We can also do the same.
Okay, nice by Tick. Really good stuff. That's 2 knockdowns he's gotten. That makes it right now a 4v2. And what's really worse is that, man, okay, so 1218 should have taken the opportunity to send 2 players wrapping around that hill while they had the time, while they had this space to move down, but no, they've left it too late. The blue zone is going to start closing in. Yes, they're throwing out those smokes, but that's still not going to be easy. Bandita is going to send himself forward, but what the hell?
Why are you guys moving?
Hasm is going to keep himself alive, but Bandita gets clapped onto.
They'll be shifting down the hill at 1 great force. I like to see them leave 1 shooter up top. Cooks is the last one standing here for 12-18. Hazem, Marco, and Roxon. 3 angles of opposition. Lucky to have the smoke, but it's not enough. I would have loved to see them keep a shooter up top there, but NASR able to finish it off and collect the dub down in the basin with a total of 11 kills.
Like, great job by 1218. To be honest, it was a great job by 1218. Really, nothing against them. In the grand scheme of the game, Cooks did absolutely fantastic. They took out inside games when they needed to, so they created that extra space. So they only had to focus on NASR. The thing is that they didn't react quickly enough to those 2 knockdowns that Cooks got onto with the M24. They could easily have sent 2 players wrapping around. They had the smokes.
All
We
right.
saw them throw the smokes down the hill. Why throw smokes down the hill when you could throw smokes in a more flat terrain that is a bit more to your advantage or less of a disadvantage? And in the end, it just got too much. And NASR cleaned up what was a fantastic circle shift and a fantastic game for them.
Yeah, instead of throwing those smokes in the pass that they were trying to move forward a little bit late off of that right side, there was one
Yeah,
player in that right building in rocks, and I would like to see an overload push down that hill. And instead of throwing the smokes on your path, I would have loved to see you guys smoke them and block their field of vision. They're sniping you
yes,
guys and keeping you at bay. A nice little crash there would have been, I'm not saying would have been guaranteed, but it would have made the field a difference. And leaving one player on top of that mound, even if he did expire
exactly.
to the blue to give you more suppressive fire, you were beating him down. As you said, Cucks had 2 MP4 knocks. Continue that pressure up there, and that would have allowed the suppressive chain movement forward. But still, a great job for 12-18. Remember, they were jockeying, right? If I'm right, with Team Frag for third place.
Yes,
All right, so
yes.
that
And
should.
Frag went down in 11th place. So yeah, that probably will put 1218 ahead of them. Well,
Not.
actually, they were already ahead of them. Sorry, it'll give a greater cushion.
All right, so we're gonna find out who truly is in the lead, who's in that top three, and we're gonna have 2 more games after this. We'll be back with the snow map. Stand by.
North and towards the east.
So, being angry kids down south, one of the last teams, you're literally being pushed by the zone. Didn't take prejudice to go and pick your position.
Yeah.
You don't have the luxury of seeing the map. What is your story that you're trying to tell here? What are your moves for angry kids?
Well, yeah, they're doing exactly what I suggested, right? They've gone into Graveyard, which is great, but now Exile is going a bit forward. There is that compound on the crossroads or that he can overlook and get a bit of information on. Sending that scout, he's forward, but he's not too far forward, right? And he's able to say to the rest of the team, hey, okay, everything's safe here, guys. I might look to join back with you, but I've gathered a bit of information. Happy days.
Yeah, and there's evidence of that. You saw him looking directly at
Yep.
12-18, then shifting in from that end of the zone southeast to northwest. It looks like Sweet Chili and Nomad, a continuation of their immediate battle last match in Erangel. Last time, Sweet Chili absolutely decisive in their victory. Can Nomad retaliate?
Yeah, Nicola is up on the north. You have Eclipse down the south. They're really not together. It's Nomad Gaming. I'm not used to seeing, to be honest. Jaguar. It's a Nomad Gaming that looks a bit of a shadow of their former selves over the last 3 to 4 weeks without sounding too dramatic. I just, I know that I've seen them do a lot better. That's not taking anything away from Sweet Cheese Sensations because they are an incredible team themselves. I just know Nomad can do better.
Absolutely. And actually, Nicola here, just 2 peas in a pod, him and Navy on top of their perches, looking to bust shots. He actually pushed towards the shots. He absolutely wants this. I just don't know if that'd be the way I'd be going about this right now if I was Nicola here.
Like Crater Fields was a great place for Sweet Chili to rotate onto, right? Because you got a lot of information. Plus, with this next phase, now that's a hard shift in the
Damn.
opposite direction, my friend. That goes directly to the west. We do have teams go into the city. I wouldn't recommend it. Pain, they can stay on the outskirts. Alpha are going to look to go in there, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Because I still wouldn't recommend it. Tochka G are going to go down south just on the edge of the circle from there. Daddy's still on his own. There is still a little bit of high ground that's kind of overlooking the road that could be held onto and rotated onto by 1218. And Angry Kids, they could look to sweep around as well.
And from the east side, battle raging here. Inside Gamers did follow the trajectory of RESQ, dropping down blood. We moved directly actually towards them. We were not afraid. We knew they were up ahead of us, and we wanted to take it here. Inside Gamers did. As we realized that a couple of the players are trying to escape over to the west, and Starkey giving chase here.
Yeah, it's going to be Starkey and Backfire looking to... Sorry, Dale and Backfire, should I say. Looking to clean up a RESQ, and now they're just going to try to push away. Moon, man, Moon, you know what? Moon and Coyote, that vehicle is absolutely on smoky water, smoky territory as they just try and find a way in circle. Stop rotating! There's no point, you're inside the circle!
Oh my god. You guys are gonna give us heart attacks today. Oh man. Speaking of rotating information, 12-18 was down southwest on the edge of the zone. Remember we said what can angry kids do? They sent out that scout before them, and they actually noted 12-18 and wrapped around them. I don't know if they were trying to finish them from the back and remove them from the field of play, but you're putting yourself literally into a gatekeep if they get to the zone before you. That's not what we meant by taking the information. Putting yourself behind the curve.
It's actually just giving me a bit of an aneurysm, to be perfectly honest. I don't know why he kept going. He could have stopped. He could have stopped, thrown out smoke, healed up, happy days. But now it's Tochka G and Team Pain. Yeah. They're going to fight up against each other. Two intelligent teams. Pain did it pretty well, but Joe about gets knocked down by Yasha. Good start for Team Pain. They do have Krill and Bazzy up on the high ground, but it's going to be up to Black and White and Yasha to come in, and down goes for the confirmation joke about.
You know what? I'm still, statistically speaking, going to give this. I know their backs are against the ropes. I'm still giving it to Tochka. It is a 3v2 on the immediate, and whenever they bump into Pain, they have been absolutely successful since that first game of their qualifiers in Erangel, and even their last qualifying match where they won it in Miramar. I was going to say, statistics tend to show themselves when the situation is repeated. Like, some players are better from the free point line, are better from a free throw, or better on a fast break. When Tochka G is able to sweep down from the north, their control is unreal.
That's true, but this is a different kind of Tochka G that I've kind of noted. A bit more of a passive Tochka G. It's not the same level of aggression that we saw in the semi-final stages. Like, when we saw them in semi-final stages, they would actively rotate. They would actively push onto teams, but they are being on the receiving end right now as Black and White gets another knockdown onto Sandra, leaving Amber and Pineapple there, trying to make a fruity way to disengage from this team fight.
Yeah, Black White trying to continue the pressure without overextending, and I'm liking the way he's keeping him at bay. Yeah. The real deal. A little bit up here to the north. Immediate battle here with Team Unique. Daddy getting dropped at whence he came. Just the angle superior there for Team Unique.
Yeah. Daddy got ganged up on. Daddy went down. It feels bad. Daddy has the real deal end up this game, as the next circle has actually centralized up. You could call it a bit of a shift, but I would just call it a bit of a centralization. Gonna throw Sweet Chili Sensation down on the curve outside the circle, as well as Nomad Gaming. NASR hold on to the south edge. Alpha are gonna find an easy path indeed, but Jaja, they're not gonna stop without taking down another member of Nomad, making it a little bit easier to rotate into the circle.
Yeah, this is absolutely a takedown move. Reason would dictate and tell you to move up to the north and rotate in. This is absolutely just a takedown maneuver we're looking for here. We are zigzagging down and forward, and we're crashing down into the basin here. We want to remove Nomad from the field of play. Last time we had them on our sights, we're able to eradicate them pretty swiftly, and we think this might be more kills. And I don't blame you. You know Unique is always going to achieve their kills, so to match them and somehow dislodge them, you're going to have to get yours as well.
Yeah, but this might be a little bit tunnel vision from Sweet Chili Sensations. Just a little bit tunnel vision. Now they're just wasting time. They've got 1 minute until this blue zone starts closing in, and space is going to be taken by teams around them, as Unique are going to go in onto Frag. This is the push from Unique. They rotated from the east up into the north, looking to now claim a spot inside the circle.
Unique shouldn't even be here. They rotated far around northwest. They were being held out. Pain was watching them. Tochka G was watching them. But somehow, with the decisive move to move back over to the east on the northern tip, and now we have to fight it through. It's not just the decision-making, but their execution is what keeps them from hard shifts.
It's just what they do. It's not that they're constantly moving, but they move where they need to, where they have to, in such an intelligent manner, and they're not afraid to get out of their vehicles and absolutely engage and blow up the opponents around them.
Inside games, you need to continue every drop of pressure here outside or on the edge of the zone up to the north. If it pops down south in your favor, you'll have already weakened them and already set the scene down there. Continue that pressure. You have the compound.
So Alpha Legends and 1218, they're down on the southeast circle. Actually, no, Isla does indeed confirm Nomad Gaming. Now we're down to 11 teams, 34 players as 1218 Pain. Pain are going to look to engage, and they take down Frag. Krill coming in and just wiping a squad out just like that.
I'll let you continue to watch that. I'm down here southeast, continuing that Alpha Legends in 12-18 battle. Alpha Legends were just a bit too spread here. Soft 2-2, taking on a full team here of 12-18 with only half your squad. It will never work out. The rest of Alpha Legends still on the blue edge. They're being pressed by 12-18 as well as some third-party shots from NASR here.
That was incredible aggression from Krill. Great play by Team Pain, right? Because you just took a squad out, you created a lot more space, and in space that is really needed. Because look at this next circle shift going down the southeast. No team is inside the circle bar a couple of members of Pain, and like I said, that's going to give so much space. But Ayu with the M249 is just going to spray like his heart desires onto the members of Angry Kids.
You're fighting out here far outside of the West. Leader, the lone player, Jaja on the bike, dismounting, getting dropped there, but retaliatory knock, finishing off the hopes and dreams of the Angry Kids here.
And that was actually Team Pain that helped.
Yes.
Get to keep Sweet Chili Sensations alive as a three-man team. So a bit of help from above, from the gods above, should I say. In Team Pain is Tochka trying to hold on, but Ayu is good in short range. He's good in long range. The guy is just a god amongst himself.
Just as quick as they came and just as quick as that knock was suffered, they're able to return one onto Tochka G. You would think they would stop, loot, and heal up, but no. They have no time for respite, no time to pause, achieving a knock here on Tochka and trying to make a way for their future into the zone here.
Well, yes, Sweet Chili Sensations kind of put them themselves in a tiny bit of a pickle. Yes, they're on 8 kills. Yes, they're looking pretty good and they're in the top 8. But now because they fought more than they've kind of rotated quickly and the circle shifts haven't really gone in their favor, they are in a position where they have to actually fight in a way into the circle. They're certainly doing a damn
fight. They
good
will.
job. I would.
For the last time in this rescue tournament, we're going to welcome you to the snow map. Vikindi on its way. 3 out of 4 maps will have been transpired after this, guys. It's hitting to that closing bell. We see some nice different pockets of stats and points, and I think the local meteorologist, the voice of reason himself, has got some scores. Some speculatory scores to give to us, all right? Don't confine them.
Actually, the weather machine is broken. Can you get back to me on that?
Okay, all right. If you had to, so it's our top 3. You would speculate our top 3 is pretty much.
Okay, yeah, I definitely think it's the 19 and 10, 15, 6, as far as I know,
unique Sweet
Chili
12-18?
It's still unique Sweet Chili Sensation at 1218, but I think the difference is that 1218 have gotten within 2 points of Sweet Chili Sensation. Mm-hmm. That's without, doing full math, but so sorry about that.
So still very much so, at least second and third place up for grabs. Even we saw last game, Frag was in third place. So the only way to have a surefire check in the bank is to leave it all on the line for these last 2 matches. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you guys over here tuning on Twitch and you guys tuning on YouTube. With some crazy numbers earlier. I think we had like 60 in Twitch and almost 300 in YouTube. So it's been a dope affair. Speaking of dope affairs, I know you're busy crunching scores, but can you talk to the people? You have some things coming up. I want them to know before we get to the end, right? Where you can find them.
No, I'm confusing myself more than anything, but anyway, okay, I'm in a constant state of confusion. One real thing that I want to point out about the last match, Team Pain got 12 kills. Incredibly great game for them. But anyway, as you get into this, the candy mat, it is kind of directly a little bit to the west, but it's still quite center enough going from the south to the north, so it's not too bad. Personally, love the county. It's my absolute favorite map. Poggers.
Just for pedagogical purposes, all right. 12 Team Pain up there, high northwest, doing a great job of holding teams outside of the zone. How could they have capitalized and turned that into a victory?
Jaguar. Sorry, did you just use the word pedological?
I did.
Right.
I did.
Please explain to me the meaning of the word pedological.
Pedagogical means strictly for teaching purposes. Like, it doesn't have any real consequences. This is strictly to teach you and demonstrate.
You do realize the irony of the fact that you're teaching me the meaning of the word pedological?
Oh man,
so I'm gonna have to write one down. That was I was like, did he just say pedological? Like,
yeah, I just keep myself up at night reading the sources. No, I remember as I'm a nurse and my anatomy teacher would always say that. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, this dummy I'm holding, it's for pedagogical. You can't do surgery on it. It's to teach you. So I was like, all right.
Cool. So, yeah. No, that's actually really kick-ass. Like, I love that. Really cool use of the word. But I tell you what isn't going to be cool. This fight between Alpha Legends and AK. Damn. If one of these teams do go down, indeed, Leader is the first one to be knocked.
Yeah, Leader's going to go down. We have an alternate angle over here in Raymond. Maybe could be successful. I don't know. He had the Tommy. Pretty good laser, but it's probably not the best. Oh, no. He's got the UMP 3 power actually executed right here. So, yeah, he's going to be able to hold an alternate angle and hold it down. He does. Doesn't quite get that knock on Wild alone, but guess what? He's not pressuring your team anymore. Oh. Yes. Knocked indeed. Great job.
Yeah, old man coming in with the PP Bison.
Yeah.
PP Bison. I absolutely love that gun. I really love that gun, to be honest.
You would take that over UMP?
Honestly, yeah. 10 out of 10. Yeah, 12 out of 10. I'd take it over UMP any day. Like, it sounds like a wet fart. The PB Bison, like, it literally sounds like a wet fart. Yeah. But I know, I just love the gun. There's something about it. Like, there's 53 bullets in a clip does make a difference. Baz Riemann gets knocked down by Trash Eagle.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning that choice to shift buildings. You had the surprise angle. He'll be confirmed here. You had that surprise angle. Is working well. But after you bust those shots, any good team is going to react to you and watch that angle.
I'm also keeping an eye on this fight in Dobro Meso between Team Pain and Frag. As Hixie does indeed get the knockdown on the Krill. So that's going to be first blood. First point going over to Team Frag.
Yeah, and Team Pain always calling this place home. I think not so much for Frag. Not always Frag here. Changing it up a bit as Hixia eating substantial. Oh, barely getting that knock into the doorway. I think it caught the heel of his shoe there. Immediately switching from weaponry to utility here to confirm he does chip away about 1/4 of his knocked health there.
It's gonna be a clean 1-1 trade between these two teams, but Trash Eagle all the while between Alpha Legends and Angry Kids is still raging on.
Yeah, I'm staying over here at Dobro, and it looks like Frag is trying to sweep around the south now, as Pain is sweeping the north. Good confirmation there for Black White, but he is giving away his precise location. Hamodi, can you see him behind the 3 boxes there? That'd be a perfect angle for you to oppress him there and not let him shift and link up with Yasha and Bazi, who are swinging around to your left side. Bazi going up and higher, maybe looking for a shingle overwatch there.
Just seeing the end of Angry Kids. Exile gets taken down, tried to dance around the remaining members of Alpha, but it was just too much. And a clean squad wipe in the favor of Alpha in Groka.
Color in there as Bazi is tossing all the utility he has onto Hamodi, able to connect slightly with that utility, watching Freak drive past by in that alleyway. We're going to have observation of that outside angle, which he wishes to contain. And I like this for Pain, keeping the wisdom on their side, knowing and marking out all members here from Team Frag.
So just while we have a little bit of kind of quietness, and I know this fight between Frag and Team Pain is kind of important, especially for Frag, who are trying to hold on to a top 3 spot. The circle going down kind of more the southeast direction, but it's not too crazy inside the water. The team that probably has, outside of the real deal in NGD, the team that really has probably the cleanest rotation, the cleanest move would be Sweet Chili Sensation. They're a Mavatra right now. They can really shift up past Dino Park, hold on to the high ground. Would be really good for them.
Yeah, Sweet Chili are the ones who are in that bubble for a prize pool, whether it's getting prize pool at all or making a higher denomination. I don't think it'll go much higher for them currently in second, with Unique having that great gap. But still,
Anything can happen.
yeah, still make
Anything
that great
can happen.
attempt. Go ahead and get yourself 40 kills. No, anything can happen. It's not over until the fat lady sings here. So Sweet Chili with the best rotation, as you said. They've got that 1/3 western side of the zone clear and able to call it. But down south center, the real deal rotating around NGG here. And NGG as well, stopping, pulling up on top of the hill. Payne, busting shots, almost collecting a knock on the real deal here. They're doing what they should. They're separating the distance and shifting down south and actually parking at the quickest point. And it does save themselves from being knocked there.
All the while we've seen Unique rotate, going for kind of a 3-1 split for now, trying to connect onto the members of RESQ. Good stuff coming out from them. Moon nearly knocked out up on top of the hill. Unique is a 3-man team. They're kind of in a bit of a risky position, but they do have a couple of vehicles that they can utilize, and the real deal are they're hanging by their side. Will have heard the shots coming from on top of that winery mountain.
It's all going down. You cannot open this map without seeing people light up. Frag trying to escape southwest. We're noted and picked off here by Sweet Chili. One member knocked. Outplay across the street. You see Freak trying to post a posture to pick him up there. Triple P's alliteration. But Navy is behind him, throwing the flames of hell and melting the snow here. Hamodi with great aggression shifting towards him, but his buddy's already down. You're not coming here to back him up. You're coming here for maybe a revive. And I think Hamodi said that same thing in his head, and he's going to disengage him more and move back up northeast. Good move there.
I've kind of been disconnected away from the fight, been kind of keeping an eye on this fight between the Kings and 1218. A couple of clusters of fight going on all around this map, to be perfectly honest.
Crazy.
Nomad inside games, Kings 1218, and even in towards the center of the circle, you still have NGG, RESQ, and Unique. What the hell is going on?
What the hell? Indeed. Bouncing around with your frying pan, Jody. What were you trying to do? Hamodi, you should have heard his vehicle circumnavigate you and tag you from the back. Hamodi was actually trying to disengage, I believe, and then he saw you dancing with your frying pan and just clapped you at the back. Utility following that, looking for that connection.
Oh, what a feeling when you're dancing on the goddamn ceiling.
This is wild. One of the most action-packed early openings in Vikendi I've seen in a long time. And it looks like the real deal still continuing their opposition to the north on NGG. You got RESQ in that fray as well over to the east.
Like, I can't help but feel that Unique have kind of unnecessarily rotated. No, okay, not unnecessarily rotated. Where they were previously was in a very pinched position, right? Because it was right by RESQ and the real deal. But they kind of rotated in a more direct fashion, and they went right through NGG RESQ, and they got untouched, and that was really surprising. In the end, they found a spot in towards the center of the circle.
Yeah, and they were able to, okay, Alpha Legends back up north onto their next. I just can't believe how many fights and how many teams are involved in them. This is unreal. As a RESQ here, getting some knocks. I'm not quite sure why NGG was moving on the open towards them. You heard them busting shots, helping you shoot at the real deal to the south. Did you think it was going to be for free?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, some of the repositioning, some of the kind of movement by these teams is kind of a little bit weak. It's yeah, it's just flat, and it's seeing players getting punished.
Yeah, I'm just going to chalk it up to last-ditch efforts here, trying to pop on everything that's moving. But, I mean, even if you're going to do that, push the compound of RESQ. Don't just crawl up and think you're going to cohabitate. Yeah. They might have helped you shooting at the real deal, but don't get it twisted. They are not your friends.
No, definitely, exactly. But now we are seeing, obviously, we're down to 13 teams now as Nomad Gaming are confirmed at the hands of SWAT 69. We got 44 players. 44 players, and we're only 10 minutes into this game. This is something we see in scrims, not a $1,200 tournament.
Unreal. And Sweet Chili, they've got themselves pretty good position in the zone. We're shifting and encroaching on land 69 here, and Ray's able to press them back towards that western edge now.
Payne have plenty of space coming in from the northeast. Kings have a little bit of space. Tochka G staying out of trouble, which you absolutely have no problem with. The real deal also staying where they did, look to reposition in a great location down on south side, just down from Winery. And yeah, some of these teams, that's the thing. Some of these teams are really positioning and rotating in a fantastic way. But like I said, the fact that we're down to 13 teams and 44 players, there's a lot less bodies in that map that makes it harder to rotate. So in theory, it's easier now.
Yeah, a little bit clearer rotations that you would normally have at this stage in Vikindi. And looking to clear off
Exactly.
more of that. High North 12-18. Did get a knock here at Backfire. It never lasts too well when you see people hiding behind Bark. So I'm glad the smokes are out, but the blue zone's upon us as well. Hopefully Inside Gamers can leave this open way. But 12-18, unrelenting. It's an early blue. We'll take the damage to suffer you some.
Although we did see a fantastic sniper shot by RESQ onto a member of Unique. It shouldn't result in too much, right? Because all of Unique is in that compound. So the revive will come out. It's just going to hurt his vest and helmet a little bit more. As you're going to see the next circle show up, and it does go a little bit to the northeast.
The real deal with not many options. They're being pressed from multiple angles here. Are going to press up on this massive stone here, but still suffering a knock on Albi. It does cut off the angle from Rescue, probably your lead aggressors, but you cannot forget over the west, the original knock you suffered on NGG.
I don't get why they're going so directly ahead, right? They should know that their team's there because they weren't moving. They saw teams moving around. They could easily shift down kind of on towards the side. But what is this? Frozen? Oh, come on. They just don't really care anymore. They're going to go in Memphis and Frozen. Go for the crash. Takes them down to low health. Knocks them down. Now Tick's going to be left standing. This is great. Incredible stuff. Memphis gets knocked down. Now it's going to come down and Frozen cleans it up. What a push by Unique. They didn't want to stave off the trouble anymore. They went for the push and they took down RESQ.
And then immediately Ahajlu taking off the teams that they were looking at, saying not only are we going to take out Rescue, but we're going to take away that plate you were trying to eat off the real deal, dropping a knock onto Hackshot here. Exactly as you're saying, I don't know why the real deal is here. I would have oh my, look at Azzy getting tagged up. Why are you here? We know Rescue was in that compound, but if you're watching the kill feed, the same team that's shooting you is also getting a knock by Unique, is also knocking NGG. That tells you in this immediate, there's at least 3 teams ahead of you, so why rotate up north directly?
Then we've got this fight between NASR and SWAT 69. NASR, who won the last game, have wiped out SWAT 69, create that space, but Kings are actually still a full squad. Wow. Hallelujah! It's a miracle, Jaguar. A 4-man Kings 14 minutes into this game. Could we see the turnaround?
Yeah, we're used to saying we 3 Kings. But no. 4 Kings today. Well earned there in Milky Way, still on his sentry post down south onto the real deal. How many smokes have you guys used already? Just staying alive and maintaining. We've had no progress here down here south. And if you do come in, you'll have no utility to say for it.
What's really interesting about Sweet Chili Sensations, they spent a hell of a lot of time in this game rotating. Really, they kind of have. They've rotated from, obviously where they landed in around Movatra. Then they rotated a little bit up to the north, east, and they rotate down to the southeast. They've just kind of been moving around a lot. Hey, look, they're still going in this game as a Kings and NASR. This is a crash that the Kings need to wipe out the remaining players in NASR.
See, I like this, Kings. Keep this up. As Ninja says, don't like it too much. How did he thirst him there? We do end up winning. I think Thrills just got caught trying to vault the broken wall. That should have not been a thirst. These things happen. Your foot gets caught up. But that should have not been a thirst by any means.
It shouldn't have been, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's really not the end of the world. Kings closing out an overall effective engagement. They took the opportunity, right? The second that knock came through, they pushed on, and that was a great response by Kings, really showing that aggression that we saw in the semifinals. Maybe return to form to them, but is it going to be too little too late?
Yeah, I like that sweep forward there that they had. That was beautiful. But it looks like Sweet Chili trying to capitalize. I think the blessing factor here from Kings is all the foliage, all the leaves in the way that's blocking the snipe. 8 power shots, K9 suppressed from Navy here.
Yeah, and Sweet Chili Sensations are overall taking a bit of an interesting spot.
Pain is coming. Pain is coming. onto Sweet Chili here. A little bit off in the distance, but Yasha over here hanging off that right side. I was gonna see if that alternate angle was gonna be a bit of surprise. Didn't mean to take that off here right there. But I thought Yasha was driving directly into them. Looks like we stopped because we heard the footsteps from Aya.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's happening. I don't know how you were surprise blasted from Aya. You stopped there because you heard the footsteps, I assume, yeah. And Aya was able to turn the attention onto you, and Pain is falling. Aya, one-man wrecking crew, pushing out in the open, has dropped Yasha, has dropped Bazi, just Black-White remains a bit underneath the mound. As soon as the smoke dissipates, he's going to be able to blast him here. He's going for his revives.
But here's the thing, it was all about that rotation by Sweet Chili Sensations, right? The distraction came too. That gave so much space for Sweet Chili Sensations to come in and get the double knock, and then they were able to clean up the members of Team Pain. So it wasn't so much that Team Pain made a huge mistake. Yes, mistakes were made. They shouldn't have stopped where they stopped unless you have absolute full information of where every member of Sweet Chili Sensations are. But it was that distraction. They knew AU was there, but the flank from Sweet Chili Sensations gave that space and distraction for AU to come in and get those knocks.
Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate there. As you said, it wasn't the worst play in the world, but I would have loved to see them, if they're going to push all the way up and deal with it. You had them fighting in third party onto Kings. That would have been a perfect time there. As the real deal, dealing with Team Unique here.
But they got to be careful. Yes, Azzy and Albie are left standing, and Frozen, I believe, is the last player up for Team Unique. But with Daddy knocked down and with Hackshot knocked down, the revives need to come out. Leave Frozen where he is. Frozen isn't going to be able to move anywhere, so there's no point in worrying about him. Don't be too tunnel vision, the real deal. Get those revives up, saves a full squad, and that's exactly what they're doing. Good stuff.
And still off of this West. NGG, they're no longer looking to the perimeters, no longer peeking at what's happening to the outskirts. If they were here on the eastern edge, this is the same house that we took over from RESQ, that you were shooting for a while. You could have had yourself a nice chunk of kills or even knocks and gatekeeping there.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Frozen is kind of able to, for now, slightly disengage up the hill, going to retreat to his compound, but no, he's being shot at, and now he's going to try and dance around these bullets. Dance, baby, dance! Disco Inferno, Frozen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hanging on by the skin of his teeth.
Unreal. A beautiful tree there as well while he goes prone, saving his soul. He's actually moving up in towards the soul compound. And that's a beautiful pocket to have, and that's what information will give you. They were spread here, and he knew that this was clear.
Well, yeah, because Unique were in that compound previously, and then they were able to hold on to it, and then they got engaged on by the real deal. So good stuff indeed. Apache will have to be very careful. He's out in the open. I think he was getting a little bit of information, but now he's going to join up with Pain and continue as a two-man.
He's also looting up the bodies of fallen members on that flanked side. I was wondering, why are we not shooting here? I guess he was setting up for that flank around Sweet Chili. Is that you?
Oh, Sweet Chili going for a bit of a tough, harsh rotation, but look, it's going to work out, right? They've gone right past Kings. Kings weren't able to respond in a quick enough manner. They're going for rotations on their own, and Thrills actually gets knocked down by, I think, Yasha in the distance.
Yeah, it was actually Alpha Legends. Yes, sir. Alpha Legends member dropping down one member of Kings, and Fresh able to link up to the side to get the revival here. Bit of an indecision there. As we said, indecision kills. We were literally chasing Sweet Chili, then we decided to back off and turn around here. Look at the tire marks here. Indecision kills. That'll just tell the story. But looks like we'll be able to recover here at Thrills. And you're just pinched yourself in between a rock and an open way here with Sweet Chili and NGG off to your west. Hopefully you can get back in that car and disengage and go back to a fort.
Oh, Thrill's taking a little bit of damage while he throws out smoke, trying to dance around any kind of bullets being thrown in his direction. You could say they're stuck between a rock and a hard place as that second vehicle gets blown up. Look at IU flanking around. This is what Sweet Chili Sensations do so well, so effectively, spreading themselves out, getting so many different perspectives, getting so many different angles. The confidence that they show on the battlefield is incredible as a team, Jaguar.
Oh, but Aya has been spotted on that flank. He's making his own suppression as he wraps around the back. Part of this duo, speaking of back, your backpack getting tagged up. Thrills down, immediately breaking the angle off of his knock. But Bond coming in clutch. He said, I didn't have the moments before, but it's my time, baby. I'll defend you from the back. Thrills over here getting revived, and Fresh will be the last one on the immediate.
I wonder how Sweet Chili Sensations will respond, because it's just for the first knockdown on the eye. He's not bleeding out too fast, right? So there is a chance he could get revived. That's exactly what Jaja is doing. That's risky. It's bold, but it is paying off for now. It's not out of the woods just yet. That simply does give more time for Kings to get the revive up. Navy goes a little bit forward in amongst the smoke. I worry about Jody's position and what he's not really able to do and where he is.
Yeah, Bond didn't have the best angles from back here to cover. He is shifting up towards the compound. I would have liked to see him do something sooner while those revives were happening. Is that Alpha Legends wrapping around the backside of this battle as well? Using this time. Remember, they're the ones who got the first knock onto Kings. They read the kill feed correctly. They said, huh, Kings, that's the ones we knocked. Now they're busy with Sweet Chili. Let's pull up in third party. And Old Man almost getting the knock onto Aya there. A little bit distracted. Couldn't choose which meal to take. He shot at Jaja, then shift mid-spray to Aya, and didn't actually get a knock on either of them.
And this is the tough part about being in a bit of an open position in the late stage of the game in Vikendi. Yes, it might be high ground. Yes, you might have a bit of a mountain or cliff side on your own, but teams are going to be looking to go around you, and they're going to be trying to find angles to take you down. Sweet Chili Sensation still trying to hold on, though, right? They're doing a great job of they've been reacting very well to players coming in from left, right, and center. They've done their best to try and take down the members of Thrills. As Bond gets another knockdown onto Ayu, it gets confirmed by Fresh, their first casualty for Sweet Chili Sensations in this game.
Yeah, Sweet Chili don't die often, but if you're going to kill him, that'd be a crucial spot out here in the snowy plains. Bond, go ahead. This is what we wanted to see from you the whole time. Fresh actually fighting back, knocking down the lead aggressor here, Jaja. Confirmation there. And even to their left will be Alpha Legends. I think it's time for the first time in a while for Sweet Chili to disengage from a fight.
Yeah, they need to kind of run with their tail between their legs and just try and play for the late game, as we're down to 8 teams, 22 players left standing. Kings trying to hold on. You have 1-2-1-8 and Tochka G engaging on each other on the north side of the circle outside Tovar. As they're trying to hold on, but what the hell?
Wow. I don't know
man.
what the maneuver was looking like. Yes, you had a cloud, but they're just lasers. They're going to laser you inside of that cloud, and they're able to pop you right off that back. Now just your girl Pineapple there alone on that extended angle here, as the revives are hoping, or it might be something she can hope to get. I don't know if I'd even go for it right now. They've lasered you through the smoke. The smokes are forming.
No, you're not going to, because look at the road. It's not worth it, right?
No, it's not.
There was no need for you to be on the snowmobile, right? Because you knew your player had been knocked and confirmed previously just before that. Why head in that direction? It's just a little bit weak from Tochka G. What has been overall quite an overall solid game for them so far in Vikendi.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough time for Pev to actually move into the zone now. Yeah, there's a clear path, but it's a small pocket. She doesn't know what the map looks like. Other than that, you'll be coming in behind. Actually, 12-18, rotating down south. That might be the bit of an opening that you need. Still the mountain here, northwest, and now outside of the zone, being held at the base by Alpha Legends. On the backside will be Sweet Chili here. We're not able to fully disengage from the side of the mountain, and Bond going down. NGG moving up in the heels. Retaliatory knock there onto Itachi. Payne trying to sweep around Fresh, just barely outside of the horizon there with his shots. Fresh able to move forward.
Not going to be easy. It comes down to this 1v1. Both teams are outside the play zone. Alpha Legends are still there, as well as Sweet Chili Sensations. So third party could come through as Payne throws out a couple of smokes. Try and rotate and reposition off the hill, but with those smokes, Fresh will have a bit of an idea where he's going, and Payne is just kind of wrapping down. Like I said, he has to go into circle. It's not worth him in any way engaging further onto the Kings.
Yeah, but he can't forget. Don't forget, you were fighting here for 20 minutes with teams with Unique, with the Real Deal, and Team Rescue here. You're one somehow not getting ate up, but you can't forget teams were here at once and before you.
Look at Payne. He's going right into the compound of the Hackshot. How is Hackshot not in any way responding to that? Or is he going for the surprise attack? Does Hackshot know that Pain is there? Grenade gets thrown out. That's going to alert Pain right now. That's going to come
Oh
down
my
this one
goodness.
Hackshot and Pain crouching down. The wall is covering these two players as they try and hold on to each other. It comes down to this one health. Jumping on through. But Hackshot gets clapped down by Pain.
Why?
Too much.
You had the drop on him, just scoping in a little bit too hard there when Pain was in the open, able to strafe out of your reticle of your scope, and you suffered that knock there. Jody out here in the open did move forward in the middle of all that action, barely escaping with his health, and he's going to steal your hard work, Pain. It's okay, though. You're still alive. You rotated into a dangerous place. It's better than dying, but Jody gets those points there. Smooth.
Yeah, good stuff by Jody to steal out those kills. A smooth criminal indeed. As we are seeing these still 8 teams in this game, right? But we have lost a couple more players. We're down to just 15 over 8 teams. So many of these teams are wounded. The only, yeah, I suppose the real deal and Alpha Legends both have 3 players up. That's the majority. Sweet Chili have 2. NGG have 1. And then there's a couple of players scattered around. But Pineapple is going to go down. That's going to be the end of Tochka G inside the blue zone. That's just going to be too much. But I don't know how Frozen is going to hold on. You have Jody down the bottom of this. Not Jody, should I say. It's actually Fresh down on the bottom of this building. And then Navy and... Actually, no. Alpha Legends, Kings, and Frozen all in that same area. In that same compound.
Frozen in between 3 members from Alpha Legends. And in the corner outside of the wall will be Fresh here. It's going to be a tough time for them to move forward. Definitely want to look down below you before you step. It will be treacherous. There's teams scattered all around like Jody and even Navy off of this flank side edge of the blue, trying to get in all the information, believing their shots are true and strong. You have to just hold on that point, he says to Jody, as the real deal is able to get a knock down south below them, almost getting another knock onto Tickucks here. They're pressed on the southeastern edge here. The real deal now. The ones who were looking like they were being beat up in the south are now the ones returning the favor. No, they're not in the zone here, but they're beating and itching away over here at 12-18. You owe a lot of props here to Team Unique. They cleared rescue off of you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Really good stuff from the real deal. They still managed very well. I worry about the fact that they only had Hackshot in that one compound, but in the end, we're going to see Old Man being knocked down by Daddy trying to disengage away down the hill. It was always going to be tough, and then Fresh does indeed take down the last remaining player. Frozen. The blue zone is closing in. It's phase 7. That tick damage is going to be increasingly harder. It's Fresh is going in on the vehicle. Jody's not going to be able to find him for now. He does get taken down indeed. That's going to be the end of the Kings. Not a bad result. One of their best so far in this final stages, but like I say, is it too little too late? Jody gets clapped from behind. That's going to leave just one player left for Sweet Chili Sensations, but no, he gets taken down. 4 teams left, 10 players, Jaguar.
That is it for Sweet Chili, indeed. Top 4 teams. And Pain over here from NGG on the southwestern portion. Cleared himself this compound. And now he has the moves to maneuver here. I was going to say you can clear off that east or the west side, but don't worry. The real deal has got you, clearing off majority of it for you. Just Kaido there in the blue.
So it's...
There he is.
Whoa, Pain actually confirming Kaido. That's a nice cheeky little kill. That's a nice point in their favor, but it comes down to this 3v3v1 as Zacho does knock down Azzy from behind. So that's actually good for Pain. That's good for NGG. They can just watch the other 2 teams take each other out and maybe pick up the pieces from a distance, as the circle did once again go in the favor of Pain as he looks for Tulika. Tulika covers behind a rock, trying to find the angle onto the remaining players of the real deal. The real deal, they're bunched up. Yes, the revives are coming out, but they have no information, no angles that they can respond to on the remaining 2 teams.
Yeah, on your left side for the real deal, 12-18, you've stirred the Hornet's Nest. They're looking for you. If you start snaking on that right, completely open white path here to Pain the Laser.
Exactly. But in the end, they're trying to hold on. Albie gets knocked down by Pain. Even, that was just a couple of inches.
It was his
to
foot.
Right,
it was just his foot.
It was his foot. Yeah, just his foot. And he got caught out. So you can only imagine how much further it would have been if he had gotten absolutely clapped out and confirmed. But indeed, the revive will most likely come through. But the blue zone is closing in. That is going to try and find the members of 121. He's going to put down to incredibly low health. Will he be able to get the revive, or should I say the heal off? No, he doesn't. As Tick gets a knockdown, and that's going to leave Azzy left standing.
3 players from 12-18 now sweeping on this eastern edge with the control, with the knowledge of all players' location. They have the field, they have the stones. It should be their game to lose here.
I don't know. Payne's done such a good job as a solo player for NGG, right? Okay, he's only got 2 kills, but what he's been able to do as an opportunity to get himself into the top 3, you can't deny that he could do the same here, right? You know, I wonder, yeah, okay, if as he goes down, yeah, 1-2-1 are going to know that it's 3v1. That's the only thing that's going to hurt. Push through. Depends on where this next circle does go, where it centers up for phase 9. It centers up pretty much in the middle of these two teams.
Yeah, and Payne, as he just now expired, and now, just like you said, as soon as that last player died, they know the numbers. Yep. And Tolika on foot, pressing forward to occupy more zone. I'm digging it. We know Payne is behind the broken wall. The ultimate opportunity is he could still make something happen from here. I like to see utility. They might not have left. There it is. There's a Molly there, barely staying off of his Nikes, off of his heels. He's not deterred. Seeing 2 sweep off one angle. He needs to get double drops here. Unable to get it. They were shoulder to shoulder. Siamese twins push up, and 12-18 removes him from his compound.
Nice win by 12-18. That's going to really help them recover and get them closer to Frag in the overall standings. They got that chicken dinner. They got 9 kills. That's going to be 29 points indeed for that game, and it's going to help them in the overall standings. Payne done a great job, but he allowed 1218 to go to him, right? He stayed on the wall. He got no information. I would like to see him at least try and make an attempt of either repositioning to a different area of the wall before the blue zone started closing in, or even go to that tree. Yeah, he would have been in some way more exposed, but at least it would have been an attempt of going to a different position, because 1218 knew he was there.
Definitely would have been nice to see a little bit of a decisive factor. Might not have worked out. 3v1, it shouldn't work out. That's what the math is. No. But indecision kills, and I feel like that's the theme of the day. Indecision kills. Do what you gotta do, but not sloppily. We've also seen some heart attack plays where we're getting angry, but I definitely would like to see some movement there. Yeah, it's okay. We have one more map. If we were doing some wild things before, imagine the last map, the last ditch effort, coming to you guys soon in a matter of minutes. Stand by.
A couple of clusters of fight going on all around this map, to be perfectly honest.
This is crazy.
Nomad inside games, Kings, 1218, and even in towards the center of the circle, you still have NGG, RESQ, and Unique. What the hell is going on?
What the hell? Indeed. Bouncing around with your frying pan, Jody. What were you trying to do? Hamodi, you should have heard his vehicle circumnavigate you and tag you from the back. Hamodi was actually trying to disengage, I believe, and then he saw you dancing with your frying pan and just clapped you at the back. Utility following that, looking for that connection.
Oh, what a feeling when you're dancing on the goddamn ceiling.
This is wild. One of the most action-packed early openings in Vikendi I've seen in a long time. And it looks like the real deal still continuing their opposition to the north on NGG. Got rescued in that fray as well over to the east.
Like, I can't help but feel that Unique have kind of unnecessarily rotated. No, okay, not unnecessarily rotated. Where they were previously was in a very pinched position, right? Because it was right by RESQ and the real deal. But they kind of rotated in a more direct fashion, and they went right through NGG RESQ, and they got untouched, and that was really surprising. In the end, they found a spot in towards the center of the circle.
Yeah, and they were able to, okay. Alpha Legends back up north onto their next. I just can't believe how many fights and how many teams are involved in them. This is unreal. As a rescue here, getting some knocks. I'm not quite sure why NGG was moving on the open towards them. You heard them busting shots, helping you shoot at the real deal to the south. Did you think it was going to be for free?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, some of the repositioning, some of the kind of movement by these teams is kind of a little bit weak. It's just flat, and it's seeing players getting punished.
Yeah, I'm just going to chalk it up to last-ditch efforts here, trying to pop on everything that's moving. But, I mean, even if you're going to do that, push the compound of rescue. Don't just crawl up and think you're going to cohabitate. Yeah. They might have helped you shooting at the real deal, but don't get it twisted. They are not your friends.
No, definitely, exactly. But now, we are seeing, obviously, we're down to 13 teams now as Nomad Gaming are confirmed at the hands of SWAT 69. We've got 44 players. 44 players, and we're only 10 minutes into this game. This is something we see in scrims, not a $1,200 tournament.
Unreal and sweet chili. They've got themselves pretty good position in the zone. We're shifting and encroaching on land 69 here, and Ray's able to press them back towards that western edge now.
Payne have plenty of space coming in from the northeast. Kings have a little bit of space. Tochka G staying out of trouble, which you absolutely have no problem with. The real deal also staying where they did look to reposition in a great location down on south side, just down from Winery. And yeah, some of these teams are, that's the thing. Some of these teams are really positioning and rotating in a fantastic way. But like I said, the fact that we're down to 13 teams and 44 players, there's a lot less bodies in that map that makes it harder to rotate. So in theory, it's easier now.
Yeah, a little bit clear rotations that you would normally have at this stage in Vikindi. And looking to clear off more of that high north 12-18. Did get a knock here at backfire. It never lasts too well when you see people hiding behind bark. So I'm glad the smokes are out, but the blue zone's upon us as well. Hopefully Inside Gamers can leave this open way, but 12-18 unrelenting. It's an early blue. We'll take the damage to suffer you some.
Although we did see a fantastic sniper shot by RESQ onto a member of Unique. It shouldn't result in too much, right? Because all of Unique is in that compound, so the revive will come out. It's just going to hurt his vest and helmet a little bit more. They're going to see the next circle show up, and it does go a little bit to the northeast.
The real deal with not many options. They're being pressed from multiple angles here. Are going to press up on this massive stone here, but still suffering a knock on Albi. It does cut off the angle from Rescue, probably your lead aggressors, but you cannot forget over the west, the original knock you suffered on NGG.
I don't get why they're going so directly ahead, right? They should know that their team's there because they weren't moving. They saw teams moving around. They could easily shift down kind of on towards the side, but what is this? Frozen? Oh, come on, they just don't really care anymore. They're gonna go in Memphis and Frozen. Go for the crash, take one down to low health, knocks him down. Now Tick's gonna be left standing. This is great, incredible stuff. Memphis gets knocked down. Now it's gonna come down, and Frozen cleans it up. What a push by Unique. They didn't want to stave off the trouble anymore. They went for the push, and they took down Rescue.
And then immediately Ahajlu taking off the teams that they were looking at, saying not only are we going to take out Rescue, but we're going to take away that plate you were trying to eat off the real deal, dropping a knock onto Hackshot here. Exactly as you're saying, I don't know why the real deal is here. I would have oh my, look at Azzy getting tagged up. Why are you here? We know Rescue was in that compound, but if you're watching the kill feed, the same team that's shooting you is also getting a knock by Unique, is also knocking NGG. That tells you in this immediate, there's at least 3 teams ahead of you, so why rotate up north directly?
Then we've got this fight between NASR and SWAT 69. NASR, who won the last game, have wiped out SWAT 69, create that space, but Kings. Kings are actually still a full squad. Wow. Hallelujah! It's a miracle, Jaguar. A 4-man Kings 14 minutes into this game. Could we see the turnaround?
Yeah, we're used to saying we 3 Kings. But no. 4 Kings today. Well earned there in Milky Way, still on his sentry post down south onto the real deal. How many smokes have you guys used already? Just staying alive and maintaining. We've had no progress here down here south. And if you do come in, you'll have no utility to say for it.
what's really interesting about Sweet Chili Sensations, they spent a hell of a lot of time in this game rotating. Really, they kind of have. They've rotated from, obviously where they landed in around Movatra, then they rotated a little bit up um to the north east, and they rotate down to the southeast. They've just kind of been moving around a lot.
Oh,
hey, look, they're still going in this game as a Kings
fresh.
and NASR. This is a crash that the Kings need to wipe out the remaining players in NASR.
See, I like this, Kings. Keep this up. As Ninja says, don't like it too much. How did he thirst him there? We do end up winning. I think Thrills just got caught trying to vault the broken wall. That should have not been a thirst. These things happen. Your foot gets caught up. But that should have not been a thirst by any means.
It shouldn't have been, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's really not the end of the world. Kings closing out an overall effective engagement. They took the opportunity, right? The second that knock came through, they pushed on, and that was a great response by Kings, really showing that aggression that we saw in the semifinals. Maybe a return of form to them, but is it going to be too little too late?
Yeah, I like that sweep forward there that they had. That was beautiful. But it looks like Sweet Chili trying to capitalize. I think the blessing factor here from Kings is all the foliage, all the leaves in the way that's blocking the snipe. 8 power shots, K9 suppressed from Navy here.
Yeah, and Sweet Chili Sensations are overall taking a bit of an interesting spot.
Oh, Pain is coming. Pain is coming. Onto Sweet Chili here, a little bit off in the distance, but Yasha over here hanging off that right side. I was gonna see if that alternate angle was gonna be a bit of surprise. Didn't mean to take that off here right there, but I thought Yasha was driving directly into them. Looks like we stopped because we heard the footsteps from Aya.
Hey ya.
Yeah, I know it's happening. I don't know how you were surprise blasted from Aya. You stopped there because you heard the footsteps, I assume, and Aya was able to turn the attention onto you, and Pain is falling. Aya, one-man wrecking crew, pushing out in the open, has dropped Yasha, has dropped Bazi, just Black-White remains a bit underneath the mound. As soon as the smoke dissipates, he's going to be able to blast him here. He's going for his revives.
But here's the thing, it was all about that rotation by Sweet Chili Sensations, right? The distraction came too. That gave so much space for Sweet Chili Sensations to come in and get the double knock, and then they were able to clean up the members of Team Pain. So it wasn't so much that Team Pain made a huge mistake. Yes, mistakes were made. They shouldn't have stopped where they stopped unless you have absolute full information of where every member of Sweet Chili Sensations are. But it was that distraction. They knew AU was there, but the flank from Sweet Chili Sensations gave that space and distraction for IU to come in and get those knocks.
Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate there. As you said, it wasn't the worst play in the world, but I would have loved to see them, if they're going to push all the way up and deal with it. You had them fighting in third party onto Kings. That would have been a perfect time there. As the real deal, dealing with Team Unique here.
But they got to be careful. Yes, Azzy and Albie are left standing, and Frozen, I believe, is the last player up for Team Unique. But with that, he knocked down.
As we go on, we remember. You know that song, right?
All the times we've had together.
And all right, guys. All right, that's not what this show's about. It's definitely about the gladiators here. It's been, first off, fantastic time. Not just with the great teams, not with the dope prize pool and the amazing rescue staff, but learning from my mentor now, man. I'll put you on the spot.
What?
You're doing, what? Whether you choose to or not, just by casting with you, I've been mentored by the man, the myth, and the voice of reason here in Imperium. It's been an absolute grand time. I've learned a lot in casting, just rocking with you, man.
Thank you very much, man. It's the same with yourself. I have genuinely learned a lot, and I've seen things in different ways from casting with you, and noticed strengths that you have that I need to pick up on as well. So, to be honest, right back at you, 110%. 50%. But now all the the soppy stuff is out of the way. Let's get into the thick of things. I've done some maths.
Oh, the
I've done some quick
mathematicals.
maths. I've done some speculative maths.
There it
I
is.
don't have a fancy thesaurus based word for it, but I've done some quick maths. And from what I can tell,
Man.
okay, Unique are still in first on 141 points.
Mm.
1218 are in second with
Wow.
115 points. And Sweet Chili Sensations are in third with 103 points. But then there's a huge gap as Frag are in. The Real Deal have actually made their way up to fourth on 78 points, and Frag are in fifth with 77. So, it's gone a little bit downhill for Frag, unfortunately. But 1218 have done a great job to climb their way into second. It's still in the running for both 1218 and Sweet Chili Sensations to actually finish first overall. It
Mm.
would require for Unique to uniquely go out very early with or with 0 kills and only one placement point, and for either Sweet Chili Sensations or 1218 to get the chicken dinner with a high amount of points. So it's definitely not going to be easy, but it's still mathematically possible.
That would be pretty wild if that happened. That'd be straight
Yeah.
lightning striking onto Team Unique there. And although unlikely, things do happen.
Yeah.
Hold on, you don't hear anything? M1 OUU. Try refreshing. I haven't heard no audio.
What?
Turn it up a lot. He says you can't hear anything. Is my audio a bit low?
I don't know. I unfortunately don't have the stream open because.
Let me turn it up. That's the first time I heard that, but 3 people just said it. Let me turn that up and get you at least for the last game. Let y'all feel right and okay.
Can you dig it?
Can you
So
dig it?
good.
Ding it. All right, some people have no clue what's going on. All right, guys.
I love the way we've kind of had a bit of a I love the way that we've had a bit of a WWE theme across the tournament so far.
A hidden language, a Morse code language. Has been absolutely fantastic, guys. Getting ready to crack off this last game. Before we do, can you just let them know, some things that you have? I know you might not be able to say everything, but can you just let the people know, where they can find you and some things you have on your plate? I don't know what you can, but where can they see you next?
I on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at EVT_Imperium. You can also follow me on Instagram if you want at EVT_Imperium as well. From a casting point of view, I do have a bit of a pretty kick-ass event and gig coming up. Basically this weekend / into next week. So keep an eye on that. Otherwise, dude, I'm just I'm here to have fun.
And fun we have had, and fun we shall have in this last map in Sanok. Alright, let me pause here. Music. Take a listen here, Plane Path, guys. We'll be descending from Hot Teen over there and terminating on Lakawi, just a bit northeast, but it is a smaller map, and you can reach just about, you can reach anywhere you need to get with this type of plane path, and Unique staying true to that west side, Western Island.
Yeah, and obviously with it being Sanhok, it's probably the most unpredictable map, right, Jag? So anything can happen. Surprises can come out of the board. It's definitely going to be an interesting match. And we know that Sweet Chili Sensations do land a little bit near to Unique, not exactly in the same spot, but it's on the same side of the map at least. So that circle phase 1, wherever it goes up, it could set a presence of what we could see a clash between those two teams. All the while, 1218 landing in the same compound as Pain, their normal home. It's Paradise Resort. This is going to be a very important fight for 1218.
Absolutely. I'm actually surprised that I'm surprised that we're here. So they're here. You guys have won majority of your fights with them here, and I understand why you might stay.
Anything can happen. Yeah, why stay? What's the point? When you have a chance of finishing first overall and you want to hold on to second place as well for that extra prize money, it just doesn't make sense for you to land even where you normally land.
Yeah, I would definitely change it up, especially as other teams are not just the team that co-lands with you, but other teams are looking to take you off the board. As Zako's looking to take Yasha off the board, drops him immediately. Retaliatory shots here from Krill keep Zako from peeking that stone side angle.
But Payne can easily clap back. It's not over just yet. Right, and we've seen Zako get the confirmed kill, should I say, onto Yasha. It's going to be up for the remaining player, for the rest of 1218 to come and help support Zako as he drives his way through. Grenade being thrown out. Doesn't connect surprisingly onto Krill. I thought that was, but
I don't know how that knock happened. This is how that nice return knock, but this is how this battle always transpires. I'm not even kidding. They meet up here north. One player from 1218 flanks first high north underneath this mound and gets another knock. I don't know how that was a surprise knock there from Tochka.
Bandita should have followed Tochka down the rotation, right? Should have helped support him. I can't help but kind of go, Bandita, you were a little bit useless in that engagement so far, but hopefully he can recover it for now. We've also got to think about the fact that Inside Games are actually rotating in the Paradise Resort. They're rotating in Paradise Resort, which is actually outside the circle.
And inside they come. Dial able to drop that knock. Krill was holding his own against Bandita and was angling on Zako, but Inside Gamer said, no, this is ours to remove, and we want to remove you guys quickly as Dial thirsts there.
Yeah, that's going to put 1218 on high alert, and yes, Tochka is going to, I believe, be revived by his teammate. 1218, get the F out of there. Just disengage. It's not worth it, my friends. No need to go anywhere near a third party as Tochka gets knocked down once again. Cooks is going to try to recover with the pre-fire shots back in the direction of Black-White, but it's still not going to be easy because this is the second time Tochka is being knocked. He's bleeding out very heavily, and 1218 might have to just continue as a three-man team as Bandita gets knocked down by Inside Games. What did I say? Get the hell out of there, guys.
Yeah, a little bit of a backstab for backfire there. That proved to be all blessings for 1218 over there far on the east side. And Zako is now returning that favor onto the rest of Inside Games, and Sands being conformed and removed off the board there. That was a perfect peek because the wall was in front of you, protecting you from backfire and Dial as you dealt with Sounds there.
And in fairness, Cooks managed to touch Tochka like being touched by an angel to get the revive, and the heal comes out. So 1218 still going as a three-man team, but not to sound like a broken record. Get the hell out of there. Just go out of Paradise Resort. You're not even inside the circle. It's not worth it.
Yeah, especially the other teams will be shifting down as well around you, coming in from the east side as the zone favors heavily west, still touching all three islands, but is sweeping over the west. So if anybody landed to your east, Camp Bravo Magnan, which some teams did, you should know there's more opposition coming. You can't fight there forever. You shouldn't even be there, but you definitely can't be fighting forever.
No, I'll tell you what, this fight between Frag and the Real Deal, these are the two teams in fourth and fifth respectively.
Crazy.
So this is definitely a very important fight. Hackshot was knocked down, but as it's only the first time, he's not bleeding out too aggressively, but you can't help but feel for Azzy.
Now, do you
Frag
know...
hasn't covered, waiting
for any of these teams land in this area? Or both these teams typically land in this area? Obviously, at least one does. I'm just wondering if this was a purposeful chase down.
To be honest, actually, not gonna lie, I kind of forget as Hackshot was getting confirmed. I think Frag lands in Hainan? Or boot camp? I genuinely forget, but it is what it is. It was what it was.
Do what it do, and we does what we does as Coffin able to QBU knock Freak atop of the mound there. This is not what we had ourselves cut out for when we took that chase. What happened?
Jody got knocked down by Unique, so this is first and third engaging on each other. Sorry to cut you off. This is a pretty incredible, this is a pretty important fight, especially for Sweet Chili Sensation. Not so much for Unique, but of course it's still important because they want to hold on to that top spot. Jody's knocked down. IU is coming in to try and go for the revive, but Frozen has him in his sights along with Milky Way and then with Memphis up on top of the high ground and below the bridge.
This is some Goku versus Frieza. Ali versus Frazier here. Frozen is not being stayed off by the beams of Navy. Still coming closer towards his team after the knock has been achieved in that revive. It will be successful on Jody, but wow, that's the different type of ice they have in their veins to be shot at on the open bridge and still be looking for a way to move in on Sweet Chili. Poof.
Talk about moving in on Sweet Chili. This is probably one of the craziest moves and rotations I've seen, and flanks, if you can even call it a flank, if it works out. Look at Haju. Swimming in the water, actually going into Southwest Island. I don't know if he's doing it to basically try and get flank on the Sweet Tree Sensations, or if he's playing for the late game with the rest of his team. But we do see the phase 2 circle actually shifts up towards the north, so it's going to stay in the Northwest Island as Memphis knocked down IU.
What's in the world? Long range spray there. Not just the crazy flank, but look at the scaffolding over here for Frozen up above, pulling a bit of an alliance rooter here. As we shift above Jody and Aya here. Oh, don't drop.
Oh my god. And yeah, this is it. This is Haju coming in with the flank. He's going in for the aggressive play.
Oh
yeah, okay, the circle, like I said, did shift up north, so in theory, he kind of has to do that now. But he's, of course, keeping an eye. He's going to go on top of the roof, get on the high ground position. He might be able to clap IU in this side, but the cars are in the way on the bridge for now.
This is just crazy, and this is no joke of a team. It's Sweet Chili, but it does pay off immediately. A Hajlu knocking and confirming Jody. What a thought. Oh, not a thought, like, tip. Okay. Good idea.
Yeah, no, I know. You didn't have to explain. The fact that you, in some way, felt that Jackson's play made it even worse, but I tell you what, it could get even worse for Sweet Chili Sensations as IU is being engaged on Milky Way on one side of the bridge. Oh, wow. Nice grenade by Milky Way to get the knockdown onto IU.
And just like that, the bridge is clear of Sweet Chili. Jaja will be pushing back towards Navy, and we're still looking to finish him off there in the distance. I can't believe that one panned out.
Yeah. I can't believe that either. All the while, we still have the real deal trying to hold on. Azzy and Daddy were knocked down. They're bleeding out, leaving Albie on his own. Hackshot was confirmed earlier on. You do have Frag now engaging forward more heavily down the hill. However, NASR is potentially going to third-party Frag from on top of the hill, and that's exactly what is happening. Outplay gets knocked down. Frag were on top of the hill. They rotated down the hill. NASR rotated up the hill. And now they're getting third party.
Literally a circumnavigation. You to the left, me to the right. We're trying to focus here on the real deal. So, Hamode onto the body of the two last members there of the real deal. And that is exactly what you needed. However, you're not clear. Roxton able to drop Freak. He's going to press his body behind the mossy rock. And Hamode has to stave off and come back to get this revive, or else it's all over. He's the last player standing. Outplay alone in the bungalow, up a bit to the west as well. That is what you needed. Any step out in the open here to push towards the real deal's house, and NASR, who's already down here now, would have cross-angled you there.
And that has at least confirmed, at least based on my speculation, Frag to jump up into fourth. They do have a chance also to go into third. That's something you do have to think about, but they would need to get the absolute chicken dinner. But it doesn't seem to be looking that way. Samodi was knocked down. He will mostly be confirmed by Marco. Look at Roxon flanking in from the side. Freak is nowhere ready to go. Looking for the shots of the Marco, but Freak is absolutely tagged up. And that's the end of the Frag. Two teams in the top 5 out just like that. And here's the thing.
It's got to be enough.
I haven't done the calculations for the teams below, so we could see a couple of teams kind of shift up at least in the overall standings.
Wow, that is greatest uncertainty. But I don't recall a team with such a close gap literally able to put the plates into their own table and put their own fortune into their own hands. They said, we have to do it here. And I just hope it's enough. I hope what you did was enough there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm just actually going to do some quick couple of calculations, if you don't mind, on what and where NASR might be in the overall standings after these games and come into this last game, because I kind of did disregard them.
Absolutely. And it looks like Unique are back and focused onto one side of the bridge here, but they're not giving it up. We do see another of their CIS competitors in Team Nomad haven't had the best of opening games here, but it's still their chance to come out and prove themselves among some of the best. But I don't know. Memphis from the back spray. Memphis has been that sole alternate angle, that soft 3-1 split back there, but he's been so productive with his Overwatch. Able to... Oh, what is this? He's knocked at Memphis. Oh my, first off, I don't know why you went outside that wall to revive him, but Memphis, half spraying, half tapping, able to knock one member of Nomad, and as quick as you came to his aid, to his side, able to knock in Thirst, you. Unreal.
I don't know exactly what happened. What actually happened?
So Nomad was setting up shop. Remember where Hajdu flanked around?
Okay,
right? Wide around that compound. They were putting on shots at them. Cool, all good and fun. But as soon as Memphis, first off, Steady Beams, was able to knock one player outside of the broken wall, instead of, I believe, Lunatic walking him back inside the confines of the compound, or at least throwing out a smoke, he came out in the exact line on Memphis' trajectory and got knocked and thirsted himself.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Tell you what, Unique are definitely putting on a show right now. There's a reason why they are in the top of the standings, as NASR are getting engaged on, and actually they get wiped out by NGG.
Oh, wow. Time is there. And it's like Sweet Chili. They were choosing to go across that eastern bridge. Pretty good choice there. That's the closest one to you. And it was clear for the most part when you got there. But coming from the behind, I mean, you can't expect it. It's sometimes not expected there. SWAT 69, able to put some shots on you.
Yeah, NASR, in my opinion, have not actually overtaken either the Real Deal, or they might have overtaken the Real Deal, but not Frag. Because Frag got the same amount of kill points as NASR. So anyway, it doesn't really matter, right? We'll find out when we find out as far as that point in the standings. But either way, this game is continuing. The circle shifting down south. The river's in play. So these teams have got to decide, do they want to go north of the river or south of the river?
In Tochka, G pulling up on Sweet Chili. One confirmation onto Jaja and Navy dropping their IGL. A little bit of trade here. Onvern is almost bled out, and she has been confirmed there. Joke about putting more pressure back onto Navy into that bungalow there. Jaja just overextended. He got the information, but he found out it was dangerous. The short side belonged to Tochka G here.
Yeah, Navy's last player standing for Sweet Chili Sensation. In theory, he can actually kind of stay where he is. He shouldn't move. It's well inside the circle. He kind of has plenty of space, even though it is out in the open around him. His only direct conflict is Tochka G, but he knows where they are, so that's actually not a bad thing. And he shouldn't in any way attempt to disengage for now, Lisa. Not until the next circle does show up, because he's got nowhere really to go with SWAT 69. They're going to stay on the tri-circle area. You have RESQ, NGG. K Angry Kids are going to go across the bridge. They could not third party, but they could clap NGG from behind.
Yeah, they've got to make every shot count as they are currently in the blue zone. And it looks like NGG doesn't have to move. They're going to stay on the edge here. So if you're going to alert them, you better get at least 1 or 2 knocks. Yeah. Because they won't have to shift forward. From the opposite end, down here southeast to northwest, 12-18 doing 12-18 things. This is the exact way they won yesterday's Miramar map, by sweeping around this northwestern edge and then holding down that cliffside that Untouched is now there upon. But they're going to have to venture further down south with a clear diagonal path southeast into the zone.
Yeah, but it's fine because there's a good few compounds that they can kind of go, step by step into the circle on the west side. So, it's, it will be a good move for 1-2-1, but they've got to do it now. They really have to do it now, especially with the next phase showing up. A RESQ on to NGG.
Yeah, speaking of doing it now, you just mentioned these two teams fighting, but AK, the shadow looming in the back. If you're going to do it now as well while you have NGG distracted.
So RESQ have 2 players knocked down, Tick and Moon. Moon is going to get revived up, but NGG kind of have them pinched. Look at the flank from Beast, looking to cover the side angle. Ben is now going to knock down Blood. This is the push. This is the craze. This is the NGG that I love to see.
Yeah, just pressing them back, wave by wave. Pain able to drop Moon there. Utility at the face as well. 3 flanking off that left side and coming into a direct push as Pain leads the shots, but dropped and knocked here. Oh my
Perfect.
goodness. He did clutch it
Perfect.
up though.
Perfect. That was honestly probably the most poetic engagement I've seen from a team in so far in these finals. Really nice stuff by NGG,
Yeah.
but it's not over yet. Nomad Gaming, they heard the shots. Itachi is very low on health. All the while, the Kings and Unique are going to engage with Memphis getting knocked
Oh
down.
my goodness. They can't get a break literally from dealing with Rescue beautifully. Now we have to face Nomad here, but we're making it work. Pushing from across the street. Lucky for us, angry kids wrapped around to the north side. You might have to deal with them later. It's not over, but you get to focus here on Nomad as Beast goes down. Return knock onto Aldic, thirsting him as quick as we can here. Ben dancing in the smoke on the edge of the pathway here is going to get the drop. Itachi here with him as well has made it across the street here.
Yeah, and you mentioned about angry kids. Angry kids are kind of in the line now where, especially Trash Eagle, where Trash Eagle could definitely punish either of these two teams. A revive comes out, but now they're going to go into the building. They're going to engage on the final two members. They're not going to give them a chance to fight as Beast comes in to confirm the shot off. The drop shot coming through. Oh my God!
Nicola!
What a play by Nicola! Nomad Gaming! Who the hell are you?
Unreal. Your backs were stacked against the rope. You're going to have to sacrifice that revival, but you get to keep on moving forward. Is this in the zone for you? Oh, look at that barely hit pocket. What a clutch, man. Two clutches on that fight, and a good clutching in the zone for small protection there. Unreal fight there. What a stave off, and what a defense there from Nicola.
Oh my God, I could have sworn that NGG had them absolutely blown up, but the crouch, the peak, the prone shots come through, and Nicola just keeps Nomad Gaming in this last game of the day. What a way for Nomad Game to close after I get the chicken dinner. It's not going to be easy. All the while, King are actually going to push it hard onto the members of Unique. Actually, sorry, not Unique, 1218.
And that was actually a beautiful push down. Great suppression up on high for Untouched, making that possible. This ad brought to you by Untouched.
I like it. So 2 members of Kings up on the high ground, 2 members of Kings down the low ground. It's such great that awareness. That was really nice positioning. They're thinking of the next circle. The blue zone is closing in. They are preparing themselves, and also now they have created a roadblock for 1218. And you got to think, this is kind of 1218's own fault, realistically, when you think about it, because they could have easily have pushed down further from Camp Alpha, but instead they kind of just left it too late. They were too slow, and they gave that space for Kings to get into the compound ahead of them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to deal with them, or at least keep bonding Untouched up in at bay. Speaking of keeping teams at up in at bay here, Team Unique from the south spraying upon SWAT 69. Tron is down. 2 mirrored efforts here. We have 2 strong CIS teams in the zone, and coming down from on high will be opposition. Another knock here suffered on to 1218 actually from Kings.
Yeah, Kings, like I said, just really punishing 1218. Gonna leave Tulika and Cooks left standing. As the shots from up the hill, Bond is actually going to look in the direction of both SWAT 69 and Sweet Chili Sensations. So they're covering and getting information. In really nice spread by the Kings, right? They got so many perspectives, so many angles as Bond does indeed get the knockdown onto Raze at SWAT 69. But with the circle shrinking up, Fresh will have to be very careful because Unique have responded incredibly fast. You've got Milky Way, you've got Haluja looking to knock down and take down Fresh.
Yeah, Fresh is going to have to hold off that angle for a good bit. They literally have information. They have mapped this whole remaining zone here. Bond extending farthest east, noting SWAT 69, even getting a knock. Might be surprised by Navy here, though, who's snaking it in from that eastern edge. Bond with another knock, this time onto Coffin. They know everything and where they are, and hopefully they can survive here.
Now, Untouched was knocked down, so that's going to stop them a little bit in their tracks. However, it was down the hill, so in some way it was a little bit expected. And the Bond gets clapped onto by Unique, and that was always a risk when the circle went downhill. But that's why they sent 2 King players down the hill earlier on. So, you know what? I absolutely do not mind that because King now have 2 players up.
in Frozen, sussing out Navy. They were looking that way, trying to flush out Bond to finish him off, and instead they get an extra point there. Tron surviving in the blue, but barely. No, it's over. Literally, all those kills out of the blue were taken down by Team Unique. Milky Way down here on building fresh. He's all alone. They're going to need to prioritize either 12-18 or Unique. I don't think you can split fight two strong CS teams like this. You got to take one or the other first.
Yeah. What's really crazy, Jack, is that did you know Untouch is actually going to be revived? What the hell?
From that hill knock?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, fresh!
Gets a knockdown under Frozen, but Milky Way claps in. That pressure from Unique was just too much. However, that staved off. That has put pressure onto the members of Unique. That has given Untouched and Thrills a little bit of a chance to heal up. But look at 1-2-1-8. Fox is taking that blue zone tick damage. That's really going to hurt him, Jag. Tulika coming in from the side, though, could definitely punish him. Memphis gets put down to very low health. The Tulika repositions back inside. Has been aware not to get too close by the side of the windows. He now tries to reposition. He's going to go right in the direction of the Kings. This is three teams all in a small vicinity in phase 7. And Tulika knocks down Thrills and takes down the remaining players of the Kings. 1-2-1-8 looking to close out this finals with the chicken dinner. But you got to take down the top team, my friends. This is the battle for first and second.
And pushing out of the compound, Frozen, beaming forward, militaristic, and Milky Way on the full hunt of Tolika. Tolika strafing in and out of the doorway, drop shotting there. How apropos that I am sure and guaranteed your first place in winners of the $1,200 rescue tournament ended out with another dub, a total of 10 kills. Double digit.
And that's half the games as well. They got 4 chicken dinners out of 8 games.
I mean, I've never seen a more deserved victory. If you win half your games, I'm not talking about being top 3, top 5 half your games. Even that's impressive. You won half your games, and those wins were double-digit kills. All of them.
And I kind of, like, the climb back from 1-2-1-8 overall, okay, they had come in today in third place, so it's not exactly like they were down in the dumps, but still they climbed back because they weren't looking as impressive in my eyes as Sweet Chili Sensation yesterday, right? Yeah, they got a chicken dinner, I believe, yesterday, but it wasn't the same amount of consistency. But today, they stepped things up, they ramped things up, they used their PMCO experience to really turn it around in their favor. And hey, look, credit's due, they overtook Sweet Chili Sensations.
Yeah, and although obviously we saw our top 3 leaders be super proficient and super consistent there, but what I loved and I saw at the end there, maybe a little bit too late, maybe there's no regret in the grave, but Kings, that was good utilization of the zone. They were able to take in a lot of information. We couldn't execute off that west side finally, but the attempt that was made there, I'm digging that.
Like, that's the Kings that I know. Right, that's the Kings I love. That's the Kings I knew could show up in these games, but they didn't until that last game. Their positioning was incredibly valuable, but the way they even reacted to those circle shifts were just so nice. So nice. Yes, did they benefit from a passive 1-2-1-8 on 1-2-1-8 rotation? 100%, yeah. But at the end of the day, they still made that, right? They still sent 2 players down the hill. They took control of their late game, and that makes such a huge difference. And I hope they realize that. Don't lose a player early on. Don't go down early on, and you give yourself
different that looks
in the late game.
Exactly right. You said you see how different it looks when you have your full squad there.
Yeah.
That was an absolute beaut, guys. That concludes it for us. That is the final game. I mean, he was crunching numbers. He was trying, but I really couldn't tell you who's in third. We have our pretty probable first and second. I don't want to speculate. Don't come get at me. Oh, he can
I'm because Frag and the Real Deal were a good 30-plus points behind. Well, about 26, 27 points behind Sweet Chili Sensation. They needed that chicken dinner.
Yes.
But because they went out early on, Sweet Chili Sensations are third. I would bet my bottom dollar that the top 3 is Unique in first, 1218 in second, and Sweet Chili Sensations in third. I could be wrong. You'll have to wait for the official results, so don't forget to follow the relevant channels for that. It's still an incredible tournament, incredible finish, and what a run for Unique. 4 chicken dinners out of 8.
Just unreal. I'm seeing the uniques being tossed up in YouTube chat. Definitely appreciate you guys sticking with us for this whole journey. It's been a wild ride, a fun one, and unlike any other. See you guys over here on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you follow the man, the myth at EVT_Imperium. It's got a lot going down over here in EU. Even me myself as well. We have a few EU leagues coming up, so it's gonna be just a grand time. You guys are in the right place at the right time, and we hope we get to cast you once again coming up here soon. If you want to holler at us, you see our social medias, feel free. We're always around, guys. Be blessed.